Sunday kẹ́dàkùn kẹ́ máa fòṣà sí ìtí mo fẹ́ ṣe láti Nàìjíríà gbogbo Brazil olùdarí Sunday kìdí lọ́yọ̀ olùdé Kẹ́ńyà olùdé Libya bá láti ní Nàìjíríà nígbà wọ́n ti ráyè Yorùbá ní Sunday kìdí lọ́yọ̀
ṣe tiẹ̀ o èèyàn kankan kò lè pé kó tó ṣe tiẹ̀.
A tẹ́sí ní ọ̀kan bá gbìyànjú ẹ̀ ẹ tẹ́sí ẹ tẹ́sí a tẹ́sí. Ó ti dé ẹ jọra wọn kò jọra wọn láíláí. Ìgbòho ní ilé gbà fún yéè. Òun ní ọkọ ìyá yín kẹ́ gbà fún ẹ bá ti gbà fún. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Arab money mo kí ẹ̀yin ti Libya ẹ lè ṣe lè fún wa. Ten àwọn South Africa connection. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Yorùbá nation mama ni. Yorùbá nation ló lè ṣe o. Yorùbá nation. Wọ́n ní Sunday máa ló lè ṣe. No going back. Mo kí láti díroko ẹ lọ máa gbáradì. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ti Libya. Bí àwọn bá tẹ́rí sí ẹjọ́ jẹ́ gbà. Ẹ ṣáà máa fẹ́ bá a fòṣà sí. Ẹ ṣáà máa bá wa fòṣà sí o. Ẹ bá máa bá wa fòṣà sí. Mo kí láti Oman. La 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 ẹ̀yin ti Tripoli. Ẹ bá máa fẹ́ máa fòṣà sí o. Ẹ bá máa fòṣà sí. Tungba ẹ̀yin ti Benghazi ẹ̀yin ti Sábẹ ẹ̀yin ti Òkè Ògùn ẹ̀yin ti Canada. Ẹ bá máa fòṣà sí. Ẹ bá máa fòṣà sí ni o. Adéfìlà gbowó àwọn àti rí yẹn káyà wọn máa já. Ẹ á lo close screen ẹ lè rí mi dáadáa. Ó ti ṣọ́ọ̀jù àbó kí n wo tv àbó ì tí gbọ́rúkọ Ìgbòho o ì tí gbọ́rúkọ ẹ̀ rí. ẹ lọ máa múra sílẹ̀ à ń download lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí kò sí uploading mọ́ báyìí. Ìgbòho fún rẹ̀ ló send orin yẹn sí mi akẹ́ àwọn ọ̀dà àpáwọn Libya ọ̀dà àpáwọn Libya lè ṣe orin yẹn CSI gangan ló sẹ́ thank you so much for the super chat ẹ ṣe gan ni. Ìgbòho fún rẹ̀ gangan ló sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí mi ní àárọ̀ yìí coordinator yìí náà ẹ gbọ́ Tùngbà yìí ẹ gbọ́ mo ní bá mi Tùngbà yìí ní agbára gan. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa and let's start the program. And a very good evening and welcome to the program. Thank you so much for the super chat to our mother that gave us the super chat. I welcome you once again to the live transmission. It's exactly 2 minutes past 10 p.m. from London and it is the 29th of November 2022. Eshigoni Yawa Temi, and I can see the signal that you've already done what you do all the time. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí arúgbó, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin aráalé. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Yes, ẹ̀yin wà 1 hour ahead. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Oduduwa land or those of us in Nigeria. My name is OLAMILEKAN and I say good evening and welcome to the live transmission. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn leaders wa, mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń darí ètò, mo kí gbogbo group kankan. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé, and I say good evening and welcome again. Welcome once again to the live transmission. mo kí wa tí ẹ ti ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ ètò. First and foremost, I have an audio from our brother Ijile Marcus tí a máa kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ ká tó wọnú ètò lọ again lálẹ́ yìí. Ní àná, we had the opportunity to hear his voice through the audio that was sent to us. We were also privileged láti rí ẹni tó súnmọ́ Ìjìnlẹ̀ dáadáa láti rí bá sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá, ìyẹn family member Ìjìnlẹ̀ Marcus tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Ìjìnlẹ̀ Media tó ń bẹ ní Turkey. I've received one audio from him. A farabalẹ̀ agbọ́díò yẹn. Ibi tá a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí lálẹ́ yìí, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín lè like football àbí? But ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀ ń follow pé ìlú méjì kan wọ́n play ní Qatar 2022 tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, and these two countries are what we called England and Wales. I want us to remember that when we come back after these audio that have been sent to us by our brother Ijile, ẹja kọ́kọ́ gbọ́n tí wọ́n sọ fún wa.
ti wí bàjẹ́ gbà ó gbà ó tí mo wí ní àárọ̀ ọmọ àyàfi tí mo bá ṣe kó tẹ̀ ṣe àìgbọ́ ìmọ̀ mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ṣoṣo mi kò ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tí ò bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ o gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni ibikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ láti rí ìwọ̀n àti ìgbòyí dání ẹni tó bá mú yín lọ síbẹ̀ àti ẹni tó bá fẹ́ bá yín rí yálà nípa ti ara ní àbí nípa ti lórí ilẹ̀ nínú tí òfurufú ní nínú omi nínú àpáta ní ibikíbi ní àwọn ọmọdọ́mọ àwọn onítọ̀hún bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìran àwọn tó bá mú yín jáde àbí mú àwọn ọmọ yín jáde títí dé ìran kan wá ẹjọ́ máa pín nínú gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ yìí bó ṣe máa ṣe fún wọn ni ọ. tọmọdé bá mọṣẹ́ dání wá ní kò ṣe lágbàlagbà bá mọṣẹ́ dání wá ní kò ṣe o. àwíṣe bí fábàyà fọṣẹ. àwíṣe bí fábàyà fọṣẹ tó nílò àwíṣe àfọ̀fọ̀ ohun tí èmi ṣàfọ̀fọ̀ àwíṣe àfọ̀fọ̀ ohun tí èmi ayé bá fi lè ṣe gbà ọ́. àwíṣe àfọ̀fọ̀ ohun tí èmi ayé bá fi lè ṣe gbà ọ́ gbà tí mo ilé méjì lọ ilé ó dáṣẹ ó dìbò. tí ẹ bá ń gbé ẹlẹ́dàá mi láti rọ kò ní jẹ yín tó bá ṣèṣe jẹ yín èèwọ̀ àti ìgbé ló máa fi pàdé yín o tó bá wá ṣèṣe ṣàṣìṣe tó bá gbàdúrà fún yín èpè ló máa já sí fún yín o tó bá súre fún yín èkó ló máa padà já sí fún yín o ọ̀nà àbáyọ kan ṣoṣo tẹ́lẹ̀ rí láti rí èèwọ̀ àti ìgbé níta ní pé kí èmi Marcus ọmọ òun jẹ mi tí mo bá yẹ pàṣẹ ìjìnlẹ̀ tí mo bá fi òfìdọ̀ tí mo bá fi ọkọ̀ tí mo bá sọ kì í ṣe ìpínlẹ̀ padà ní ìgbésí ayé nìkan lè máa fi kọ́ àìjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọdọ́mọ yìí wọ́n ní wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ láì tó omi ọ̀bẹ ṣọba ìgbòho tí wọ́n yọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ní ètò ọ̀kẹ́ balẹ̀ ó padà sí ọ̀tẹ̀ láì bó ṣe máa jẹ́ ní ọ̀ torí pé mo fi tọkàntọkàn ṣàfúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá kí àwọn ọmọ òyìnbó kó olùkọ́ ẹ ṣe lè fún mi ká gbogbo ẹ̀yìn ọ̀tẹ̀ ṣe léyìí títí ayérayé tí mi ò bá máa fi fún fèrè náà ní bá fi ṣe ọ̀dẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tó bá wọn torí pé àìrọ́mọ mi tí mi ò ṣe àyàfi tí mo bá ṣe nìkan ní ipò àti ìpínlẹ̀ nípọ̀ yìí ṣùgbọ́n tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ létí lórí o mo ṣe máa jẹ́ ní láíláí wọ́n ní ìpadà gbogbo ìjẹ́ wa gbọ́ olómi tó ń gba àgbẹ̀gbẹ̀rún tí mo sọ yìí sínú di olùwàkọ̀ ní funfun òkìtà gbogbo tó ń tọmọ́rọ́ nínú ayé wọn láti wákàtí lọ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dùn ó dìgbà tí wọ́n ní lọ́wọ́ wọn ní ọjọ́ tó kù bá kú báyìí lọ láti fẹ́ fi tẹ̀lé wọn jẹ́ láti ọjọ́ tẹ́gbà tí ń bínú sí ohun tí mo fi síta yìí láti ọjọ́ náà lọ wọn ní gbogbo tó ń tọ́ nílé ayé yìí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ti bàjẹ́ ọjọ́ tó kù bá kú báyìí kọ́ lè pa ọ́ ọjọ́ tí bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bínú sí mi ní ìjìnlẹ̀ máa kọ́ sí láti ọjọ́ náà nípa ẹ̀yọ́ ní ìdúró ó ṣe máa jẹ́ ní àwọn kò ní ṣe padà àyàfi tó bá jẹ́ tó tọ́ ní mo gbé ìgbòkè olóró tàbí mo ká ìgbòkè olóró bọ̀ bí ọwọ́ àbí mo ṣe ẹjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan láti ọjọ́ tí mo ti dé tóbi lọ́dún keje sẹ́yìn kò ní ní bẹ́ẹ̀ o àwọn ọ̀sẹ̀ ìgbà yìí ní kiri o iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀dí òkè jí ẹ̀dí láíláí iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ yẹn ìlú yẹn láíláí títí ayérayé àdéhùn
and that is our brother, a father, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa Ìjìnlẹ̀ Marcus. Òun ni a ti gbọ́ audio tí wọ́n tún fi ṣe àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí wa. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, it shows that the spirit of the Oduduwa is still with him. Ṣé rí ìrìn àjò tá a wà yìí? There will be a lot. Moriembe Walata, welcome, and good evening to you. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ kọ́ gbìyànjú náà ni, but Elédùmarè láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà ayọ̀ jáde. Bó tó bá wá jẹ́ pé ìwọ ló wà behind the gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ̀gbọ́n wa bàbá wa Ìjìnlẹ̀ Marcus, má ṣe lọ máa ṣe lọ. Ibi tó kúkú wà, iná wà níbẹ̀, ó ń rí jẹ, ó ń rí mu, àmọ́ ó ń wo gbogbo wàhálà tí wọ́n dá sí wa lọ́rùn nínú Nàìjíríà ló ṣe ń tara. Tó bá fi dídá ti ẹnìkan kò ní láti worry. And that's also to all the medias that are calling for the self-determination. That is a right. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ làákàyè àti ọgbọ́n tọ́lọ̀ ń bá wa fún bàbá wa Ìjìnlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run á bá wa túbọ̀ mú dúró. Ó ṣọmọ lókù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kò ní tú níbi tó wà irọ́ rẹ̀ pa, torí pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó mọ̀ pé nítòótọ́ ní tọkàntọkàn ló fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn, even with the different time zone, because àwọn wà almost like bí i 2 or 3 hours ahead of us fáwọn táwa nísàlẹ̀ ní bíbá. Bọ̀ kò wó gbogbo yẹn, ó sì ń báṣẹ́ lọ, ó sì ń sọ pé sẹ́ẹ̀ no going back náà ni, bí àṣà bàbá wa Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho tó fi ń tó wa létí pé no going back nìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation. We pray for the wife of our brother. We pray for the family at this very difficult time, that their loved one is not presently with them. But he will be out very, very soon. And he will continue the journey just as a lot of us are doing presently. Yorùbá nation ni wá dúró. Tẹ́ bá rò pé ẹ pa Ìjìnlẹ̀ lẹ́nu mọ́, ẹ ti gbàgbé pé àwa mídíà tó kù a ṣe ń báṣẹ́ lọ ni. And it is still a fight that has to be completed. It's a mission, and we cannot fail on this mission. So that is on that lórí Ìjìnlẹ̀. Now let's come back to the conversation tá fi sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ẹ wo àkọlé ètò ti alẹ́ yìí. Mo fẹ́ ká wo àkọlé ẹ̀. And tá bá wo àkọlé ètò talẹ́ yìí, a rí pé it says, and I quote, why would England, ibi tèmi wà, and Wales be a nation, and a Yoruba can't have a nation? Who decide a nation? Ta ló máa decide ẹni tó máa jẹ́ ìlú kan àbí ẹni tó ní jẹ́ ìlú kan? Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mú yẹn dání sọ́wọ́. Ta ló ń decide ẹni tó máa jẹ́ kéèyàn nílùú? Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá wa tẹ́ tí ń wọlé sínú ètò, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, àti àwọn silent listener, àwọn ní comment whether positive or negative. Wọ́n wà lórí thread báyìí ni wọ́n wò mí báyìí o. Àtẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa, àtẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa, at least ọ̀rọ̀ létí ń jẹ, èyí tèmi bá ń sọ ẹ máa gbọ́ náà ni. Kódà mo tẹ̀rí kan tó tún kọ́ọ̀tì fídíò wa tó ń jójó ẹlẹ́lẹ́yà. Ó kù díẹ̀ nìbọn ró. Oríṣiríṣi èmi á máa sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ máa lo fídíò yẹn ni, nítorí pé ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tí bá sọ ó gbọ́dọ̀ rìn ni. Ìyẹn ló ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ọ̀tì fídíò yẹn. Wá jójó ẹlẹ́yà, wá sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí oríṣiríṣi. but Nàìjíríà máa pín, kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá dúró, kò sí bàbá ńlá ẹni tó lè dá dúró, nítorí pé ta ló ń decide pé ìlú kan gbọ́dọ̀ wà tí ìlú kan ò ní wà? Ta ló ń decide ẹ̀? Mo fẹ́ ká mú yẹn dání sọ́wọ́. Who decide what country will be a nation and what country is not going to be a nation? Who make those decisions? Who around the world? A ti mọ̀ pé UN does not give a nation. America does not give a nation. The UK does not give a nation. The countries around the world does not give a nation. Mo kí ìyàwó Agbémilékè Ọ̀jọ́rá, mo kí gbogbo yín, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí wọlé without leaving anybody behind. Mo kí ẹ Ọlátúbọ̀sún Johnson, ó ní you see now I'm in Nigeria, no light. Kò lè sí náà. If you can't hear that audio clearly, just manage it. And I'm sure you will get to pick up the audio because it's now in circulation. Mo kí good evening, ìyàwó Sarah Oyèlọ́wọ̀, mo kí bàbá wa James Ọlá and the rest of you. Mo fẹ́ ká fi ọkàn bá ètò talẹ́ yìí lọ. Mo sọ fún yín pé koikimedia is not a blogging platform. Mo kí bàbá wa Michael Awẹ. These are the platform. Mo kí ìyàwó Daniel Agunbíadé. Coin jẹ́ kọ́mọ̀ kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín, and thanks for the super chat. We cannot put our life on hold because of Tinubu. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ọmọ kìíní kan kì í ṣe dí kan ká lọ gbé ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ fún ìdí ẹlòmíì. Mo kí concept. And I say good evening to those on the Instagram. We have a lot of them. Good evening if you're watching me on Twitter. Good evening if you're watching me on MixLR or listening. I want you to read me. And we have 5 people that are listening. I will share the link just in case. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń sọ pé ẹ kì í rí notification. Ẹ kàn lọ join ní MixLR yẹn just to pick up a notification, because ìyẹn máa fún yín ní notification tó wà away from the Facebook that controls the Instagram and the YouTube. And when I now come live, you can easily go and watch it on those other platforms. And likewise Twitter, because Anthony Twitter, Elon Musk, ìyẹn tẹ́ ń bínú sí Apple ní sí pé tó bá yọ òun kúrò nínú iOS, òun máa lọ ṣe phone, owó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ẹ mọ̀ pé òun ló ní Starlink satellite. And we are praying that the Nigerian government bá tẹ̀ pa internet. Ẹ ṣé gan ni Biyila for the super chat, thank you so much. Àwọn kan máa náà wọn kì í gbowó lórí platform wọn, èmi máa sọ pé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń fún mi lówó. Àwọn kan ní owó Yorùbá Nation la fi ń jẹun ní at least ó better than kíyàn jẹ bọ́lẹ̀ kájà brown envelope media tó máa wá síbí báyìí tó yẹ pé tó bá ti bá parí program ní sí máa ṣètò wá lọ ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú àwọn APC àti PDP. So gbogbo owó tẹ̀ ń fún wa yẹn ó ní value, and we are not joking, even if it's 500 naira, $50 because ẹ̀yin náà ṣe wàhálà kẹ́ tó rí owó yẹn fún wa. How to fix my own car, thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní England la fi sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àti Wales, gbogbo aláwọ̀ là ń follow World Cup àbí, very good. Mo kí ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí wàhálà mo ti rí mọ́ sí mi, and I'm sure when she comes I will welcome her. Mo kí gbogbo yín, so kí n má lè máa lọ kíkíkíkíkí. Mo ti kí gbogbo wa, mo kí àwọn leaders wa láti orí bàbá wa Alànà Professor Banji Akintoye, the emeritus professor, an historian tó wò ṣùkùṣùkù pé ìran Yorùbá níbi tá wà yìí kọ́ ló yẹ ká wà, tó dẹ̀ dúró tán tó ṣeyèméjì. Àgbà fún yín, àdúpẹ́ fún yín. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mú kí bàbá wa Wálé Adéníran pé ẹ̀kọ́ àdúrótì, ẹ̀kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mú kí bàbá wa Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà pé ẹ̀kú àfaradà gbogbo tó ń lọ láti bí ọdún 3 tàtijọ́ wà lórí ìrìn àjò yìí. Bíjọba ṣe fẹ́ pa yín sínú ilé tí ọlọ́run ọba ò fún wọn ṣe nítorí pé tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n rí yín pa ni kí là bá máa sọ lénìí, irú ipò là bá wà. Àgbàfọ́ náà lóòótọ́, àmọ́ ǹjẹ́ ìrìn àjò yìí ṣì máa ní bí ó ṣe lẹ́mìí báyìí? Àwọn kan ní a tree does not make a tree. 2 people péré tíjọba bẹ̀rù jù ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà lénìí, òun ni Nnamdi Kanu àti CSI. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mú kí ìyá wa Chief Mrs. Modúpẹ́ Onítìrì ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun, nítorí pé iṣẹ́ tó lúkálukú ń ṣe ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbé lọ́tún lósì látìgbà tí ẹ ti fi ẹ̀mí sínú ìrìn àjò yìí, ẹ jẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò yẹn kó má mẹ́hẹ, nítorí pé níbi tí ìrìn àjò yìí dé nísìn, ẹ̀mí ọmọ Yorùbá ń bẹ lórí ẹ̀. Àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n, àwọn olóye, wọ́n ń tẹ̀lé ìrìn àjò yìí, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n fohùn sílẹ̀ wọ́n fohùn sílẹ̀. And it is important that we understand that the life of our people is in our hands. Mo kí yín. Alọ́bẹ̀ akí the late Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ tó wò tó jà fún ìran Yorùbá, whether it was perfect or not. Ó wá kù sáwà láti perfect ẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ point finger pé àwọn àṣìṣe kan wà, àwọn correction kan wà. Bàbá yóò lè correct nǹkan kan mọ́ because ó ti ṣe wọn bá tó máa ṣe tí Ọlọ́run fún lẹ́mìí gúngùn títí di wákàtí tó fi lọ. Àwa ló kù nísìn láti complete mission yìí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ á sì máa ní doubt mind pé ṣé ẹ ní nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ fi bájọba jà ní ilẹ̀kùn yín ṣe le koko báyìí. I hear this all the time. Àti pé kí lẹ gbójúlé tó garanti yín pé ìran Yorùbá máa lọ. Mo wá ń birú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ lálẹ́ pé ta ni ó wà tó máa make a decision pé ìlú kan láti jẹ́ ìlú lágbàáyé? Who has the right to decide a country? Ta ló make a decision yẹn? Ta ni Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ọba? Ta ni àǹjọ̀nú? Ta ni àgbáyé gbélé lọ́wọ́ pé ìlú báyìí ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ìlú? Òun la fi sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láàárọ̀ yìí, lálẹ́ yìí, depending on the time zone. A kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti kú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá fún ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì tí àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn sì ń sunkún. A kí ẹni tó jí gbé, tí terrorist jí gbé, tó dàbí ìgbà téèyàn wà nínú ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n àbí ẹgbà wèrè fún 4 months. A lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, a kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Biafra tí wọ́n ń sunkún sínú nítorí pé inú wọn ò dùn. Torí nígbà tí wọ́n mú bàbá wa Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa náà inú wa ò dùn. Ìbànújẹ́ ló ń jẹ́ fún wa tá a bá rántí pé Ìgbòho wà nínú ibi tó wà tó fi sí nígbà yẹn. A lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, à ń bẹ Elédùmarè, à ń fi wákàtí yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó bá wa tú Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sílẹ̀, because he has not committed any crime. And let me put this again on record. Fún gbogbo àwa tá a bá ń point finger, hey, IPOB are terrorists. They are not terrorist organization. The terrorist organization that we know is the federal government of Nigeria that has looked away and allowed influx of terrorists to be allowed into our territory with the porous border. I'm sure you all remember our program on that. That have killed the economy, that have made life unbearable for anyone known as Nigerians. And the right of Nnamdi Kanu has already been trampled on. Wọ́n ti gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé lórí. Torí pé the court has asked that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. But we are living in a society and a country that thinks that they have the power to make decision whether the court says anything or not. And that's fine. But tonight, mo fẹ́ educate wa again on two nations that are running parallel and also competing in the World Cup. And those two nations today that we are going to be discussing is no nation than Wales and England. What do we know about these two countries? Kí la mọ̀ nípa wọn? Àti pé, is Wales a nation? Ṣé ìlú ni on its own? Àti pé tó bá jẹ́ ìlú, kí la fi recognize ìlú? We already know that England also is a nation. But yet, everybody is giving the argument that even if these countries or nations run parallel to each other, there's nothing wrong in that. But there's something wrong. Tí a bá béèrè fún nation tiwa náà, ibi tá ti ní conflict pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń fẹ́ 2023 nìyẹn. And we have a lot of Nigerians now that are watching football. They are so excited, and I think England won the game, if I'm right, looking at Google anyway, because I don't watch football. If England and Wales are being represented at the Qatar as a nation, who then decide the Yoruba from having their own nation is the question that I'm putting out to us tonight. Ta ló make a decision yẹn fún wa? Is it the Nigerian government? Who actually is going to make that decision that we cannot have our own nation, an independent country? Kì í ṣe olóṣèlú, ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń tẹ̀lé wa, àbí bí o ṣe pàdé fídíò wa. Yoruba Nation campaign ò kì í ṣe pé a register sábẹ́ INEC, àwa ń wá political post, àwa fẹ́ contest fún president, a fẹ́ contest fún House of Rep. No, that is not what we are saying. Yoruba Nation campaign is for the same way tí Wales ṣe ní ìlú tiwọn, tí England dá wà, bẹ́ẹ̀ làwa náà ṣe ń sọ pé a fẹ́ ìlú tiwa. Àmọ́ ò dẹ̀ rò pé yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ mú ìjà wá. That is if the British government would do the needful, because ẹ̀rí fi sọ fún wa pé Britain ló colonize wa. And I can just give us a brief based on these museums that have now agreed to return the looted Benin bronze to Nigeria. Àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ń wò yìí lára àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n jí. We are talking about 72 treasuries ní museum kan péré nìyẹn ní South East. We talked about this in the morning, but I was unable to show you what it looks like. Ẹlòmíì ò rírí, kò dẹ̀ likely pé tó máa fi kú tá a bá dá dúró pé o wà rí visa gbà, kò ń ṣèpè. Because tó bá rí visa gbà, you are gonna be very very lucky to even have the time to go and watch this in the museum, because wàá máa ṣiṣẹ́ bí kúrú ni. But these are the evidence, plus so many other evidence that I have proved to us, and we can talk about one of those that is also the Yoruba sculpture, which I'm going to show to us in just about few minutes. I'm sure some of you remember that the BBC told us that this particular sculpture, and let me go back to BBC headline some few months back, which was in June. Ẹ̀rí fi sọ fún wa pé Nigeria Ife Ed, ṣe rí pé wọ́n ní Nigerian Ife Ed, and that shows that these priceless ori, whatever it is called, is now being kept by the British police. Ó wà lọ́dọ̀ àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá nítorí pé there is a dispute pẹ̀lú ẹni tó fẹ́ tà ní UK tó fẹ́ gbowó lórí ẹ̀, tó wá ń sọ fún pé wọ́n ti ń wá kíní, because around in the 80s ni wọ́n jí ní Jos, wọ́n jí wọ́n dá padà, ó tún di pé ó dé ibi tó dé ní Belgium. And I'm just going to give us a background quickly. But as I'm giving you the background, there's just something I want us to remember, that without going into all the details of this story, I can share the link for those of you that wants to have it as a record for yourself. Let us keep an eye on this particular section alone, and I don't have to go through the others. In Tenwoy, according to BBC, Sheba Trust, it says, and I quote, it was a bronze cast head which Mr. Axford recognized as coming from Ife, a Yoruba kingdom. A Yoruba kingdom. Just as Wales is a nation, just as England is a nation of 55.98 million according to the statistics as at 2018. Gbogbo population England tèmi wà nínú ẹ̀. Forget about the word United Kingdom. United Kingdom is just having 3 different countries tó ń bẹ nínú ẹ̀. Scotland is one of them, Wales is one of them, and England is one of them. England population lẹ́ni 29th day of November 2022 is not even up to 57 million. It's just under 56 million. But àwọn ni wọ́n control the majority shareholder of Nigeria, because gbogbo wọn tó ń sọ pé Nigeria is a country. Remember that these Benin bronze that you are looking right here, according to this information, was not given to the British government. It was actually taken by force at gunpoint. We are talking about 72 nìkan ló wà nínú museum kan ní South East, níbi táwọn Naija pọ̀ sí. Tó bá níbi táwọn Naija pọ̀ sí jù, South East London ni. From Peckham all the way down there, going to Streatham. There's a lot of Nigerians that are living in that constituency and different environments there. And the Nigerians, or even the Yorubas, have been traveling to UK according to history and according to record. Because these Benin bronze that are sorry, according to the information that says here, it is originally from a particular section of Yoruba kingdom, which is now what we call the southwestern Nigeria. A word in western, that is the reason for our independence in 1960. We are no longer using western region because that has been destroyed. There is always argument where our Igbo will destroy it. And if that is the fact, it's okay. But my argument is, why did the British government or the colony, the empire, as at that time, because it's not the British government that controls things in this country. Everything is controlled now from King Charles. Olomasope approval prime minister. And that's why the Queen Elizabeth was able to have so many prime ministers, even up to the last minute before she died. There was a lot of different prime minister. Toti Kojalare, only the longest serving monarch in UK, because Ogba Ikpoyen at a very, very young age. But in Timofey Kalo, nínú conversation in Timofey Kalo mú dání ni pé wọ́n sọ fún wa pé originally Ilé Ifẹ̀ bronze head ìyẹn orí tẹ̀ ń wò yìí bó ṣe wà gangan lélẹ́yìí o, it got damaged. Ìyẹn kìíní tẹ̀ rọra ń wò yìí because ní value fún kan wa mọ́. We have actually lost it completely, and we are now fighting. Thank you so much. Only 4 countries, including I think Che Island or whatever. Yeah, we are actually fighting to save Nigeria when we should be securing who we are. Who we are, right? But evidence shows that this already Benin bronze, we're talking about this sculpture now. This very beautiful sculpture. As a dispute. But originally Ife bronze head, Ife bronze, of which only 20 survived, are thought to be about 700 years old. Yes, Wales, England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. You're right. You know, the back end team. That makes up United Kingdom. And I don't know what is United Kingdom when we are saying that our no kingdom niwa, but we have actually lost it now by trying to save Nigeria, go and vote, keep, you know, PDP there, keep APC there. The Yorubas are not campaigner for the Yoruba to become a president. No, I was in share. I want T1 campaign. In Taiwan campaign for Nipe, I felt the right to self-determination. But evidence shows in this article that àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń wò yìí tó wà níwájú yìí, these Benin bronze was not given to the British government in 1897. And nígbà tá a ṣe program láàárọ̀ yìí, we were able to work it back. Tá bá calculate 1897 títí di 1914 kó tó di pé the amalgamation wá, a rí pé it consists of 17 years. So it was even after 17 years tí wọ́n ti gba àwọn nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí that has been taken away by force, because the Olima Museum, which houses a collection of 72 treasuries items, 72 of different things like these, that were taken by force from Benin City in 1897, have now been officially given back to Nigeria, but not the 72. Mẹ́fà péré lọ fún Nigeria. Now we have an understanding. Tabade calculate 1897 títí di wákàtí títí di 2022. That is after 125 years. A ṣe negotiate láti gba nǹkan mẹ́fà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ta ló wá ń guarantee pé ìran Yorùbá máa kọ̀ lọ on a diplomatic level? This is England, and you know they played in the World Cup, and England won to 3-0 and Wales lost. My question now is, ta ló ń decide pé ìlú kan máa wà, ìlú kan ò ní sí? Is Wales a country? Ìbéèrè tí mo lọ béèrè nìyẹn lórí Google. Ǹjẹ́ Wales ìlú ni? Àti pé ìgbà wo gan làwọn náà gba bí àbí independent ni? And the total population in Wales fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbọ́ mi lálẹ́ is just under 3 million. Wọ́n pé 3.5 million. And I don't think that is even up to ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo Osun State, which is the population ni mo wá. The population of Osun State is 4.7 million. Is anybody with me tonight? Ìwọ tó ń ní pé a lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, ó dẹ̀ ń wo football, ó ń jubilate pé Wales lose àbí bí Wales nìyẹn or whatever, you know, team you support, which is entirely up to you. Ǹjẹ́ o mọ̀ pé Osun State is much bigger in the tabate sọ pé a fẹ́ wo size, even in the numbers, and this is Osun State, 4.7 million as against Wales, which is 3.1. So literally Osun State ní more numbers ju Wales lọ, and Wales tí ó ń lọ represent àwọn ọmọ ìlú wọn ní Qatar. Kí ló dé tá a lè rán Osun State náà lọ kó lọ represent wa as a country? Tí wọ́n fi lọ́ọ̀kì Osun State mọ́ inú Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo àṣẹ tí Adeleke ó lè lo executive power, but ó níwọ̀nba tó lè lò, because kò sí agbára tó lè lò. Àwọn agbára kan wà tí wọ́n bí dá, tí wọ́n tí bí kó lọ náà fẹ́ touch, òun ni resources ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ ní Osun State. Kó tó di pé gọ́vnà yín tí ẹ ṣe ń celebrate ní Osun State lénìí, kó tó di pé ó máa fẹ́ gbé ẹsẹ̀ lé resources sí Osun State, I'm talking about the new governor Adeleke that everybody is celebrating, the dancing senator, kò ní right láti touch resources Osun State that is 4.7 million as against Wales that is 3.7 million. Ó máa kọ́kọ́ lọ gbàṣẹ lọ́wọ́ Abuja FCT bó ṣe wà nísìn kò lè ṣe state police. Ǹjẹ́ o mọ̀ pé there is what they called ǹjẹ́ Wales ní police tí wọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wò ó police Wales. So if I look into this now, South Wales police ó yàtọ̀ sí England police. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo police England. Again, police England, which is the Metropolitan Police, because we don't represent England. No, that site is not good for me. What are police called in England? London Metropolitan Police. So let me just go and type in London Metropolitan Police is actually Met. Yeah, which is this one. Okay. No. 1 minute. Boom. London Metropolitan, no, not university. You tell me London. But I kàwé púpọ̀ Acadie. London Metropolitan Police. I'm having problem to log into their website. Okay, now we're in. It's just going through that security and that was all. Now, sori ìwọ tó wà ní Ọ̀ṣun state lẹ́ni crime tó ń bẹ nínú Ọ̀ṣun state, right? Thank you so much. Wales police are called Simro Baba. Wọ́n ní èdè tiwọn. I'm going to go back in there in just about a few minutes. Let's talk about, and that's the South Wales. It's going through security. Let's wait for it to come back. And that's it. Tọ́ba ẹ wá wo èdè méjì ló ń bẹ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n lo English, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lo Syriac, whatever that is. Let me just put that language. Ṣé rí pé àgbọ̀ èdè tó ń sọ mọ́ ní, because as far as I'm concerned, I cannot understand this. Ó ṣó pé Wales is going as a nation based on their identity, which is their language. Kò sẹ́ni kan àfi tí bá translate ẹ̀ padà sí English, but tẹ́ bá wá sí England ẹ rí i pé àwọn ò ní èdè míì ju English lọ. Àwọn ṣe kí ni wọ́n ò ní èdè míì ju English lọ. And that is why I'm asking, ta ló make a decision pé èèyàn kan máa jẹ́ ìlú èèyàn kan ò ní jẹ́ ìlú? Now ìwọ tó wá ń sọ pé ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun state nìyẹn, your governor as of today kò lè set up state police. You know why? Because of the 1999 Constitution. The 1999 Constitution, which we have talked about so many times, have actually locked everybody. Whether you are saying that you don't want us to break away from Nigeria, this Constitution is the fraudulent document that will never unite Nigeria. And I can have, something around that just to back it up quickly before we continue with the program. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. Let's go and ask YouTube. I'm not going to use this one from Robert Clark. There's a particular one I love to normally use. Babatoni, this Constitution. How many people remember this man? Let's listen to him.
I dare to tell this nation today.
Ó ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé lénìí gómìnà yín tó ṣẹ̀ wọlé kò lè ṣe kankan lórí kíni.
That this is the problem.
Ó ń sọ pé in tóun mú dání yìí òun ni àgbákò, òun ni gúrújẹ, òun ni tí wọ́n lọ́ọ̀kì gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá mọ́ nínú ẹ̀ táwọn politician yín tó ń ṣe kíni.
This constitution
ó ní ìwé tóun mú dání yìí tí wọ́n fi ń darí Nàìjíríà.
Never give us.
Ó ní láyéláyé tóun máa fi kú, láyéláyé kò ní ṣe kí ni.
Progress.
Kò lè fún wa ní ìlọsíwájú.
This constitution
ó tún dá padà ó ní ìwé tóun mú dání yìí tó fi ń darí nàìjíríà lénìí.
can never give us peace.
ó ní tó bá rò pé wàá rí àlàáfíà irọ́ ló pa bọ́ bá ṣe ń jìyẹ ẹ gbé wọ́n máa gbé bàbá ẹ wọ́n máa gbé ohun tiẹ̀ wọ́n máa gbé mọ́mí ẹ gbogbo ohun tí o bá ń rò pé wàá lè ṣe nínú nàìjíríà ò lè rí àlàáfíà.
This constitution
ó
can
tún ní àníṣe ìwé 1999 constitution tóun mú dání kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀.
never give us unity.
ìwọ tó wá ń wá unity you are not serious. ìwọ tó rò pé Tinubu máa fún ẹ ní unity you are joking. ìwọ tó rò pé Tinubu máa fún ẹ ní peace you are fooling yourself. mo fẹ́ kakọ̀ mú bẹ́ẹ̀ dání àti gbọ́ díẹ̀. now you now ask yourself tí ìlú méjèèjì yìí bá lọ represent ara wọn ní World Cup that we have just listened that I've just showed you earlier. Hold up. Where is it again? Mo fẹ́ mú ibi tí England Wales tí mo ń show lẹ́ẹ̀kan má bínú there's a lot of movement. Yeah. Look at the score line. England, hey, congratulations. But the population of England today is just under 60 million. The population of ìlú tó bá England dey play àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ wọ 5 million. Who decide pé ìlú kan máa jáde ìlú kan máa wà ìlú kan ò ní sí? Who makes that decision? Ta ló make a decision here on our behalf knowing fully well that the same country tá à ń dúró pé kó make a decision wọ́n lọ fi olè àti ìbọn lọ fi jí àwọn nǹkan kan lọ́dọ̀ wa as far back as 1897 which is about 125 years ago. And evidence ẹ̀rí sọ fún wa nínú article wọn náà ní bíbá pé bronze tẹ́ ń wò yìí is coming from Ife. The bronze head was stolen in a museum in Nigeria in 1987. Kó tó surface padà in the 90s. Kó tó tún padà sí Nigeria. Kó tó tún jáde padà. Ẹni tó rà ní Belgium ìyẹn antique dealer tó rà kò rà ju less than £100 lọ. Òun fẹ́ wá tún tà ní UK for £24.5 million sterling. So if anybody is now saying that it is the leadership problem in Nigeria, it is not the problem that we cannot solve. Báwo ni Wales ṣe wá ń lo èdè wọn ní iwájú the most important part of the country which is their security? Mo sọ fún ẹ pé níjẹta when I was talking about the porous border that don't joke with your border. Bí Wales ṣe wà nísìn wọ́n secure ìbodè wọn. Àwa nísìn torchlight làwọn bàbá wa hunters wa ṣì ń lò láti fi secure when we can train them and keep them inside a particular room and monitor the whole forest. And even if they are going out, we equip them. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ní mọ̀tẹ̀ bàbá àpótí ẹ̀rí tẹ̀ ń try gan. That man is trying every day. But when we are talking about security, kò ń ṣòwò mọ́ínmọ́ín, because security is the backbone to any country. Ìlú tó bá ti lose the security, there is no country anymore. You've actually lost it forever. And today, the reason why Nigeria is in a mess is because your security is no longer guaranteed. And not even your governor can give you guarantee. Òun máa fún ẹ ní guarantee because he will move with a lot of convoy that has security. But what about the average citizen in Osun State that is about 4 million as against a citizen in Wales? And you can see that their official language is Welsh or English. Let's go back in here. I asked the question, is Wales a country? Ṣé ìlú ni ṣá? Because I don't know as a layman and I want to educate us around it. We're talking about a country that is just under 3 million. but yet ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ń sọ pé no, let's keep Nigeria, let's support APC, let's support PDP, let's support AAC, let's support Labour Party. And all I can now tell us is, if we remain in Nigeria, we will not have, let's go back here, we will not have what?
Constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrently.
Well, you've heard him there telling us about the Constitution. And that Constitution is what is being used on all Nigerians today. And Nigerians are now thinking that maybe an executive order from a new president will give us peace and progress. How that is going to happen, I don't know. But all I know is Wales a country with a question mark? Yes. Despite being part of Great Britain and joined with England by land, Wales is a country in its own right. Read on to find out why Wales is a country in its own right and not principality like it once was hundreds of years ago. Wọ́n wá ń béèrè pé what is a country? Kí ló ń pè ní ìlú gangan? Because the argument for people is ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹni ẹ fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation, kí lẹ ní tẹ́ fẹ́ fi gba Yorùbá nation? But wọ́n rántí pé nǹkan kan la ní ta fi ń sọ pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ kí ló ń pè ní ìlú. According to the dictionary, a nation with its own government occupying a particular territory. A country is defined as a geographical region with defined boundaries and a distinct national and political entity, a distinct territorial body that may be an independent sovereign state or a larger state, a non-sovereign or formally sovereign political diversion. Ǹjẹ́ wa náà ní tó láti sọ pé we are able to have a nation, pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè? When we look at the map that is coming behind me right now, after the whole shenanigans of the British Empire, this particular map that we now have behind me, if I move like this, you will realize that there is a line tó ti carve out. Taba will see between Kwara and Niger state, and then you look at Kogi. Let me go back this way. Even though there's a lot of argument that Edo is part of us and all that, but I just want us to focus on the map itself. In Tonpeni, the territorial kò ń ṣe Zamfara. Ẹ rí pé Zamfara wà lókè lọ́hùn. Tẹ́ bá ń wo map yẹn pé Zamfara wà lókè. Ẹ rí pé ilẹ̀ tá à ń jà fún pé a fẹ́ gbà ló wa kò ń ṣe Borno. Borno wà ní up lọ́hùn ní Yobe, Jigawa. Even gan kò ń ṣe Adamawa. All we are saying is we want to have our own territorial where we can then have our own government, when we can have our own people tó ń sọ èdè, because èdè ò ń ṣe tíyàn máa ń sọ pé we will have this kind of website in our own nation when province like Osun State will have his own police, Ogun State will have his own police, Lagos have his own police. Àwa máa sọ Yorùbá lórí website yẹn, but English option will be there. But lẹ́nìí, all your state governor cannot set up a police force where they have their own police commission, where they have their own police independent, and blah, 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 and whatever. So what I am explaining today is, in tó bá lè mú Wales, that is not even up to Osun State, láti lọ represent ara wọn nínú ìwọ́de football tó ń gbá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó lose sí England. Why are we now waiting for somebody lórí pé we will get that we are not able to have our own nation? Let's come back to this as well, and I believe there's a video here that we can watch. I hope so. Of Ekama signing and all this. I haven't got the time for that. Get out. I haven't got the time for that. I am not the Bole Kaja media. I am not those media that cut our videos and then add whatever images around it and dance around it. I am not a dancing senator, and I'm not a dancing media. And they cannot do what I am doing because they are not learned up to that extent. I am not a fracas media. I am a proper media that understand. No. You show people proof and evidence around what we are saying when we say we want our own nation. But one more way, intiba so what gbọ́dọ̀ kote kojú around it, because that is the only way they can have a traffic. And they have to talk about me every day. They don't talk about me, they are all in problem. Problem or what? What gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mi? Now let's go back and talk about Wales. Mo fẹ́ ká wo website yìí. I am already lost because mo lè navigate àfi tí bá kọ̀ fi agbárí gbé. Okay, tí bá ṣe lè nísìn. I can. Everything is written in a language that is not in English. Èdè òun ló fi kọ gbogbo tó wà níbí báyìí. And as you can see there, this is the country of his own. But Katomano sínú Wales, now we know that what is a country and all that. But is Wales a country? Is still the question at exactly 6 minutes past 11 p.m. in London, 10 minutes past 7 p.m. in Toronto, New York, and exactly 10 minutes past 1 a.m. in Libya. Japan is just 20 minutes past 11 a.m. in the morning. I say good evening as I'm educating you and myself that don't be fooled that Osun State cannot go and play a World Cup. If Wales can do so, why are we saying that we cannot do the same thing? Why have we been fooled for a very long time to think that Nigeria is the most populous black nation and the British government offers 66,000 student visa to UK, when Wales, that is now part of where the student will be living for the next 4 or 3 years, we can have the same country in Osun State that is just 4.4 million and have a standard education, standard industry. So all these politicians are coming out continuously to tell you that they know fully well that it's just a temporary measure. It does not fix you of your identity. Is Wales a country? This is where things get complicated. Wales is part of United Kingdom, which is a fully independent sovereign state. But the United Kingdom itself is made up of a political union between 4 nations. ẹ fi ara balẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ àárín bíbà tí mo fẹ́ fi ṣe àlàyé fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátá, because we have been fooled to believe that Nigeria is a country. We have been deceived by those running the affairs of Nigeria to save Nigeria, knowing fully well that there's nothing called Nigeria. Let's go into it again. Again, this is koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. 29th day of November 2022. What is a country? Mo tún padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀. According to dictionary, a nation with its own government occupying a particular territory. A country can also be defined as a geographical region with defined boundaries and a distinct national and political entity. A distinct territorial body that may be an independent sovereign state or a larger state, a non-sovereign or formally sovereign political diversion. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìlú kan tó ń pè ní Wales. Population Wales, according to the record that we have today, is 3.1 million people. And England is 55.9 million. Àwọn méjèèjì ń gbá football ní Qatar, and England won to 3-0. Wales lost. And we are trying to identify that if Osun State itself has a population of almost 4 million, why are we asking a country to come and decide for us? Pé ká gba ìlú. We are now talking about Wales. Ìbéèrè ni pé, is Wales a country? Ǹjẹ́ ìlú ni Wales tó jẹ́ 3 million? This is where things get complicated. Wales is part of United Kingdom, which is a fully independent sovereign state. But the United Kingdom is made up of political union between 4 nations: England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, that are countries in their own right and have varying degree of autonomy. What is the full meaning of autonomy? Quickly. The meaning of that word
autonomy,
the right or condition of self-government. What is the meaning by autonomy? The quality or a state of being self-governed, which is ìdí tá a ṣe ń sọ pé ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. The right of self-government, the territorial was granted autonomy. Let's go back, a step back. Although Wales is part of United Kingdom and shares a border with England, it is a country in its own right with 3 million population, and they have their own language. But it has always been, technically, Wales has only officially been recognized as a country since December 2011 by the International Organization for Standardization. So gbogbo àwọn tó bá ń sọ pé tabatẹ̀ dádúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè wọ́n ní accept wa àwọn International Organization for Standardization, àwa kọ́ la máa kọ́kọ́ jẹ́rú ẹ̀, because evidence have proved that even Wales, that is a country, was not recognized until 2011. What makes a country? It has its own language. Wales is spoken in Wales. No, Welsh is spoken in Wales. Èdè tó ń sọ nìyẹn. Bí àwa náà ṣe ń sọ Yorùbá, èdè wa nìyẹn. The Welsh language has a fascinating history that dates back over 1,400 years, just as bí àwa ìran ọmọ aládé náà ṣe ní èdè tó ti ń bẹ kó tó di pé òyìnbó dé. And as long as the Bronze Age, today the language, though evolved, is still spoken by around 800,000 people in Wales. Èdè lè lọ tí a bá tètè gba ìlú wa, because wọ́n kàn máa force English lé wa lórí. Today, Wales is a bilanguage country with the majority of people speaking in English, although Welsh is still regularly seen written on the road signs and in schools and other organizations. It has its own National Assembly. Wales is governed by a devolved body called the Welsh Government, which is headed by the First Minister of Wales. The Welsh government power is superseded by the UK Parliament and handles issues that come under devolved power such as education, health and environment. It has its own national stadium. Wales' national anthem is Enwalifine, meaning land of my father in English. Bí àwọn náà ṣe máa ń sọ pé ìran ọmọ aládé ògo adúláwọ̀. The song was written by Evan James and composed by his son James in 1856. Ẹ rántí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, if all this is going on as far back as 1856, let us remember that the Benin bronze was stolen at gunpoint by the British government or the British Empire in 1897. As Wales is part of Great Britain, the official national anthem then is called God Save the King, which is no more the Queen. Wales has a principality. The main reason people often ask, is Wales a country, comes from the fact that before Wales became recognized as a country, it was a principality, meaning a state that is ruled by a prince. However, this hasn't been the case in Wales since the 16th century. This is Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. I was actually recording that, and that was why I was a little bit, taking my time. I'm going to open my phone line. Since we now understand Wales, let's go back and get the understanding, and I'm just putting that out, and our team will start sharing that out as well. If you come across it, you can also do the same thing. Mokibugwa motifisi ti Libya group tó bá ti bá pàdé bá wa tètè pín tí mo kà síta yẹn, because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó wà nílé, the poverty mentality has not given them the opportunity to understand that Ọ̀ṣun state bó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rò pé kéré tó yẹn can become as strong, as powerful than your shithole Nigeria as a whole. It is important that we get the hell out of Nigeria before it is too late. Once again, my name is OLAMILEKAN, and I welcome you all into the live transmission as we are, discussing Wales and England. I'm going to talk about briefly of England, and at about 11:30, I'll open my phone line. Now, England is a country that is part of United Kingdom. It shares again the land and borders with Wales to its west and Scotland to its north. The Irish Sea lies. England is a country that is part of the United Kingdom. It shares land borders with Wales to its west, Scotland to its north. The Irish Sea lies northwest, and the Celtic Sea to the southwest. It is separated from continental Europe by the North Sea to the east and the English Channel to the south. Population, the capital is London. The whole area is about 130,279 kilometers, 55.98 million. Again, taba calculate gbogbo population in England is not even up to our own population as Yoruba people. Ìbéèrè ni pé, why then should we not have our own independent nation? And who is going to give us a nation without us making our own right to having that nation? And that is why we are saying we cannot continue to be part of Nigeria. It is important that we all support the Yoruba self-determination. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo èyí tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Now that we have got this understanding, ó ti yé wa níwọ̀nba tí a lè fi grab knowledge yẹn. I now go back and say to myself, let's look at Wales here. I think it's just giving us, some of their background. Cardiff, the capital, 3.5 million, which is exactly what I've said. So we don't need this. I can take us back a little bit. What's more to know? Who are some of the key figures from the age of Prince? We don't need all that. I've given us the most key aspect of what I want us to know. But it would have been nice to have a video, and I think we can use this one.
Here, and I'm going to show you in this video how to navigate your way around the Twinkle website.
Okay.
If you're new to Twinkle, it can be a little...
No. I need here. I was actually looking for something that I can use. Let me go back. Let's go and look at the history itself from what I have here. According to Google, when did Wales separated from England? The Welsh Language Act 1967 repealed a section of the Wales and the Berwick Act, and thus Wales was no longer part of the legal definition of England. 20th century. While Wales land is thought to have been inhabited since around 250,000 BC, it only became a recognized country in 1536 with Henry blah blah blah. You know, I'm just giving us some of the background. But the key aspect that we should now start asking is, ǹjẹ́ wọ́n ní passport tí wọ́n? Let's go and check. And the passport index, which comes under the United Kingdom anyway, because they are using the same passport as United Kingdom. So when we look at the passport index, it will just be under the UK. When we look at, let me go back and look at Wales. How many local government, Lonnie? How many local authorities in Wales? 22 unitary authorities. Wales is subdivided into 22 unitary authorities. So that means if we can say that Osun State is about 4 million, but what lock it into giving us a little bit local government. I don't know how many local government is in Osun State. Let me just go and do a bit of search. I'm just using Osun State as our comparison tonight. Osun State local government. Can the total number of the local government? Okay, Osun State has 30 local government with a population of 4 million, as against Wales that only have 5 million. Where is it now? I've lost that. Okay, let me close this. I don't need this anymore. I don't need the autonomy. I wouldn't need this anymore. I might want to share this link. We were talking about the okay, yeah, 22. If Wales banned 22 with a population of just 3 million, and Osun State has 30 million, that indicates that ayé gbogbo àwọn tó wà l'Ọ̀ṣun State, ẹ má bínú, kẹ́ tó lè ṣoríire, governor yín kọ́ ló máa jẹ́ kẹ́ ṣoríire, because kò ní say yẹn tó máa make life wa better, including myself. Which is the largest local authority in Wales? Ibitero Post Junior, which is Cardiff, which is the capital. There are 22 unitary county or borough council local authority in Wales, the largest of which is Cardiff, with a population of 317,000. The smallest is Mattel Daville with a population of 55,000. And there are also 737 towns and communities. What I'm trying to bring out tonight in this conversation is, who actually decide for us to have a country? I don't want to go into the football. I was actually looking for something much different. Country. Once again, you're welcome to the live transmission. There are 4 countries. United Kingdom, Great Britain. What is the difference between England, Britain, blah, blah, blah? Okay. Let's see if we can get something out of this. What is the difference between England, Britain, and the UK? I just want to play a video before we start taking our calls. And let's see. I don't own the copyright to the video. Let's remove the advert first. And let's watch this together. I don't own the copyright. Let's enjoy it.
Explained by me, CGP Greg. The United Kingdom, England, Great Britain, are these three the same place? Are they different places? Do British people secretly laugh at those who use the terms incorrectly? Who knows the answers to these questions? I do, and I'm going to tell you right now. For the lost, this is the world, this is the European continent, and this is the place we have to untangle. The area shown in purple is the United Kingdom. Part of the confusion is that the United Kingdom is not a single country, but instead is a country of countries. It contains inside of it 4 co-equal and sovereign nations. The first of these is England, shown here in red. England is often confused with the United Kingdom as a whole because it's the largest and most populous of the nations and contains the de facto capital city, London. To the north is Scotland, shown in blue, and to the west is Wales, shown in white. And, often forgotten even by those who live in the United Kingdom, is Northern Ireland, shown in orange. Each country has a local term for the population. While you can call them all British, it's not recommended as the 4 countries generally don't like each other. The Northern Irish, Scottish, and Welsh regard the English as slave-driving colonial masters, no matter that all 3 have their own devolved parliaments and are allowed to vote on English laws, despite the reverse not being true, and the English generally regard the rest as rural yokels who spend too much time with their sheep. However, as the 4 constituent countries don't have their own passports, they are all British citizens, like it or not. They are British citizens of the United Kingdom, whose full name, by the way, is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So where's Great Britain hiding? Right here. The area covered in black is Great Britain. Unlike England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, Great Britain is a geographical rather than a political term. Great Britain is the largest island among the British Isles. Within the United Kingdom, the term Great Britain is often used to refer to England, Scotland, and Wales alone, with the intentional exclusion of Northern Ireland. This is mostly, but not completely true, as all 3 constituent countries have islands that are not part of Great Britain, such as the Isle of Wight, part of England, the Welsh Isle of Anglesey, the Scottish Hebrides, the Shetland Islands, the Auckland Islands, and the islands of the Clyde. The second biggest island in the British Isles is Ireland. It's worth noting at this point that Ireland is not a country. Like Great Britain is a geographical, not political term. The island of Ireland contains on it 2 countries, Northern Ireland, which we have already discussed, and the Republic of Ireland. When people say they are Irish, they are referring to the Republic of Ireland, which is a separate country from the United Kingdom. However, both the Republic of Ireland and the United Kingdom are members of the European Union, even though England in particular likes to pretend that it's an island in the mid-Atlantic rather than 50 kilometers off the coast of France. But that's a story for another time. To review, the 2 largest islands in the British Isles are Ireland and Great Britain. Ireland has on it 2 countries, the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, while Great Britain mostly contains 3, England, Scotland, and Wales.
I hope we are following these, these conversation that these, I just have to stop it because I don't own the copyright to the video, so that we're just also making some analysis around it. I hope we have taken note of things that the guy has been telling us in the last 2 minutes 14 seconds. Wales ni à ń fi ṣe àpèjúwe àtẹ̀sọ nípa Scotland. Gbogbo population in Wales kò tí tó 4 million, which is equivalent to Osun State. Mo kí ìyàwó Adéníkẹ́ Òfin. Okay, Prince, tell me. What we need to get out of this conversation tonight is we should not delay our exit out of this contraction known as Nigeria. Let's go back again.
These last 3, when combined with Northern Ireland, form the United Kingdom. There are still many unanswered questions, such as why when you travel to Canada is there British royalty on the money? To answer this, we need to talk about empire. You can't have gone to school in the English-speaking world without having learned that the British Empire once spanned a fourth of the world's land and governed nearly a fourth of the world's people. While it's easy to remember the parts of the British Empire that broke away violently, we often forget how many...
I hope you are following the empire. Ẹ wo image yìí tó fi hàn wá níbí báyìí. This is the empire. Ẹja wá Nàìjíríà jáde níbẹ̀. Ibo ni Nàìjíríà wà níbí báyìí. That's Indian, Australia, Falkland Islands, South Africa, Uganda, yeah, Nigeria. Gbogbo bi ti Brit ẹ wo bi tó káàkiri. Nigeria ló wà níbi, I hope you can say it, láàrin ibi tí Cameroon wà, níbi Gold Coast, Sierra Leone to the left, Gambia wà lókè díẹ̀, Malta, ẹ wo bí tí Nigeria wà, ẹ wá wo bó ṣe cut wa tó da gbogbo ẹ̀rú. I pity Nigerians that are thinking that you want to fix what the empire did in those centuries. ẹ wo Somaliland, ẹ wo Kenya, Uganda, Zanzibar, Sudan, Egypt, Malta, and we need to now ask ourselves, ṣé inú ibi tá a ṣe fẹ́ wà náà lélẹ̀?
The world's land and governed nearly a fourth of the world's people. While it's easy to remember the parts of the British Empire that broke away violently, we often forget how many nations gained independence through diplomacy, not bloodshed. These want-to-be nations struck.
Aha! Ẹ̀gbọ́n tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. How many nations got independent without a bloodshed? How many nations got? We often forget how many nations gain independence through diplomacy and not bloodshed. I hope we are following the conversation. Nation lana fegba, it is the final straw to give us freedom. In the Kuku video, we often forget how many nations gain independence through diplomacy and not bloodshed. How many nations? Ìlú mélòó ló ń gba independent without a bloodshed? How many nations? I'm asking us today. Ìlú mélòó ló ń gba nation without a bloodshed? Àpè fógun o, but we need to understand the magnitude of what is in front of us.
Through diplomacy, not bloodshed. These want-to-be nations struck a deal with the empire, where they continue to recognize the monarchy.
Àwọn tí wọ́n fi bá empire jà, wọ́n yà strike a deal, Canada, Australia, and ìyẹn ló ṣe ń lo monarchy system.
As the head of state in exchange for a local autonomous parliament. To understand how they are connected, we need to talk about the crown.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n Canada, òun lélẹ̀ ló sọ mí báyìí. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, they are still part of the United Kingdom.
We need to talk about the crown. Not the physical crown that sits behind glass in the Tower of London and earns millions of tourist pounds for the UK, but the crown is a complicated legal entity best thought of as a one-man corporation. Who created this corporation? God did. According to British tradition, all power is vested in God, and the monarch...
Again, according to the British tradition, all power is vested in God, and the monarch is crowned in the Christian ceremony.
Is crowned in a Christian ceremony. God, however, not wanting to be bothered.
I might be a call just after this video. God, however, not wanting to be bothered with the micromanagement.
With micromanagement, conveniently delegates his
power in his power to an entity called the crown. Well, anyway, we don't have to anyway. So I think I can just give us the background. God bless the king is what we say here. Call on there for Iyashali. Once again, my name is OLAMILEKAN. Emma Clamor, Etewande. I go die for Nigeria. I am a true Nigerian. You're talking nonsense. If you know what the empire, I don't even want to be using the word British government. It is the empire. If you know what they've done in our lives, you will run 10-440. People think our problem is the Biafra. Serious. I'm a roju Yashalike in the office. Koti la jina na igosha kuni. Yashali ni mo wa o. Ani ká lọ ká gba ìlú wa ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. Wọ́n takò wá. Wọ́n kọ́ ti fídíò. Wọ́n ṣe lẹ́lẹ́yà. Ṣèbí UK lèmi wà, èmi á máa jayé lọ. Àkànní lè wà lémi. Alright, máa kí yẹn kó dá wa dúró. Let's just continue the video because it's almost done. And I'm watching the video for the first time like you.
Power to an entity called the Crown. While this used to be the physical crown in the Tower of London, it evolved over time into a legal corporation sole, able to be controlled only by the ruling monarch. It's a useful reminder that the United Kingdom is still technically a theocracy, with the reigning monarch acting as both the head of state and the supreme governor of the official state religion, Anglicanism. Such are the oddities that arise when dealing with a 1,000-year-old monarchy. Back to Canada and the rest. The former colonies that gained their independence through diplomacy and continue to recognize the authority of the Crown are known as the Commonwealth realm. They are, in decreasing order of population, Canada, Australia, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Jamaica, the Solomon Islands, Belize, the Bahamas, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Tuvalu. All are independent nations but still recognize the monarchy as the head of state even though it has little real power within their borders. There are 3 further entities that belong to the Crown, and these are the Crown dependencies, the Isle of Man, Jersey, and Guernsey. Unlike the Commonwealth realm, they are not considered independent nations but are granted local autonomy by the Crown and British citizenship by the United Kingdom, though the UK does reserve the right to overrule the laws of their local assemblies. Are we done now? Almost, but not quite. There are still a couple of loose threads, such as this place, the tiny city of Gibraltar on the southern coast of Spain, famous for its rock, its monkeys, and for causing diplomatic tension between the United Kingdom and Spain. Or what about the Falkland Islands, which caused so much tension between the United Kingdom and Argentina that they went to war over them? These places belong in the last group of crown properties known as...
ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ogun lọ láàrin Thatcher òun ti lọ́ǹtì ẹ̀ nísìnyàn eléyìí náà ti lọ o but at least we saw between the United Kingdom and Argentina they went to war over a territory.
Over them. These places belong in the last group of crown properties known as British Overseas Territories, but their former name, Crown Colonies, gives away their origin. They are the last vestiges of the British Empire. Unlike the Commonwealth realm, they have not become independent
Commonwealth
nations and continue to rely on the United Kingdom for military and sometimes economic assistance. Like the Crown dependencies, everyone born within their borders is a British citizen. The Crown colonies are, in decreasing order of population, Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, the Turks and Caicos Islands, Gibraltar, the British Virgin Islands, Akrotiri and Dikelia, Anguilla, St. Helena, the Ascension Islands, Tristan da Cunha, Montserrat, the British Indian Ocean Territory, the South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands, the Falkland Islands, the British Antarctic Territory, and the Pitcairn Islands. For our final Venn diagram, the United Kingdom is a country situated on the British Isles and is part of the Crown, which is controlled by the monarchy. Also part of the Crown and the British Isles are the Crown dependencies, the independent nations of the former empire that still...
And that's where we come in between. Commonwealth, we're also part of the Commonwealth. Not literally the Commonwealth realm, but we are part of the Commonwealth, which Nigeria is also.
Recognize the Crown or the Commonwealth realm, and the non-independent remnants of the former empire are the British Overseas Territories. Thank you very much for watching.
So now let's come back to the conversation. Take a couple of calls. I'm not going to be staying all night. It's been back-to-back program, but I'll open the phone line just to give us opportunity to have one or two things if you want to say as well. But the question is, ta ló ń decide ẹni tó máa jẹ́ ìlú kan àtẹni tó ní jẹ́ ìlú kan? Òun ni ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè lálẹ́ fún àǹfààní yìí tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa. Ìwọ tó wà nílé, mo rò pé o ti kọ́ ọgbọ́n kan àbọ̀ kó ilé tá a ti ń sọ iná ti ilé tó gbọ́ yìí bí o ti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ bí o ti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀, it shows that if Wales can say that they are playing football with just 3-something million, ta ló sọ pé a lè ní àwọn Ọ̀ṣun state náà kó lọ as a country kó dẹ̀ lọ represent wa? Let us not deceive ourselves. Nigeria is not going to work. This is far beyond politics. Politics is not what we are playing now. Reality, Lansore, with proof that I've just shown you. Even Wales was not recognized by, like I explained there, up to 2011 by Kinecon, whatever it is. Plus 44 74 04 405917 is the line should you want to have your own say. Where are we with the movement is the question in the minds of others as well, because where we are is still the same. We continue to prepare for the super rally as we are waiting for the announcement. The announcement will be happening. Some are now saying, can you think by you? And all kind of different people are saying different things. But all I will say is the announcement for the super rally would come before the end of the year. Let's take the first caller quickly. Hello, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Koiki.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
The topic you have tonight is very interesting. I want you to let call so that I'm calling.
Okay.
So we have to go down the historical timeline to actually be able to answer that question. Ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ayé bá ṣe gbọ́ gbogbo bó ṣe sọ, Ọlọ́run dá ilẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ dá èèyàn sórí ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ dá oníkàkú wa sí position wa. So through historical stories yìí náà láti gbọ́ pé àwọn òyìnbó yìí, British Empire yìí lọ gbéra tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ sí ìlú oníkàkú tó lọ́n fi wọ́n sí, tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ kó wọn ní ogun láti gba nǹkan tó lọ́n pèsè fún wọn àti lọ́n fún wọn. So to answer the question, ìlú kankan lè fún wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá torí Ọlọ́run ti dá wa as ìlú.
Okay.
So àwa tún ó dà ń pé a tún ṣe mistake ni o, because you keep saying the word we are trying to get our nation. We are not trying to get our nation. We are already a nation.
Okay.
We are going back
To the
to
history
who
we
were.
are prior before the colony and all the mess.
Prior to the Mago tí òyìnbó wá ṣe. We are claiming back our true identity.
Okay.
We are done with using the fake identity imposed on us. So we need to get those two pictures very clear.
So
that
mix it up.
So that àwọn àgbáyé ta fẹ́ rojọ́ wájú ẹ̀ tí ọjọ́ náà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀. Kó má wá káwọn náà má wá confused pé kí là ń sọ yìí. So we have to put it right to them that we are Yoruba before anything called Nigeria. So àti test Nigeria tó gbé sí wa lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn, àdé like it. So we are going back to our originality.
So who decide for us to become a Yoruba nation? Who make that decision for us?
Well, we the people are coining, we are voicing our anger, our unsatisfaction about the way we are being dealt under the corporation called Nigeria.
Okay.
So the common name that we could coin up in our own time now is to call ourselves a Yoruba nation, based on the fact that we all speak the same lingua called Yoruba. And a nation can be identified by a group of people who has the same culture and the same language. So the perfect definition of a nation is people who speak the same dialect, same language. That's why we thought about it. Instead of calling ourselves Oyo Empire again, because there are bad historical connotation to Oyo Empire, whereby Oyo was fighting other Yoruba states as well. So instead of going back to that, we have a common purpose, a common language, which binds us all together, which we can push forward as a nation, Yoruba nation, or we can call ourselves Yoruba Empire.
Okay.
Because we are an empire of kings and queens. So say it loud with your chest high to the entire world. I keep saying it, they know who we are.
Okay.
We are civilization builders. When the civilization we are living now, when it ends, Yoruba will lead another civilization for the entire world. Àwọn tó bá ń gbọ́ ní empire àwọn náà come and go. We are saying it, and I'm proud to be a Yoruba. The blood in our DNA, in our blood, is waking up right now. We are beginning to wake up from the coma that they put us in under this false connotation called Nigeria. The name Nigeria is to subdue who we are. They subdue us to and whitewash our history and make us slaves. So, as a community, now, if I have the time, I need to educate our people as well, please. We came from invasion. Now, Iditi, our empire, usually Soronsi, we are afraid of reparation.
Okay.
Reparation, what I mean is every crime that they've committed since stepping foot onto Yoruba land, they will have to pay
for it.
All the time that they took. I'm a charge plus inflation from those years till now. So they can't afford that. Hence why they would rather we go back to this election of 2023 so that this mago-mago will continue forever. And if we should allow this election, that means we are subduing ourselves personally into another 100 years of slavery. Because we say, pẹ̀lú gbogbo àṣírí tó ti jáde sí tansi, gbogbo àwọn sọ pé àfọwọ́sí láti lọ dìbò, àfẹ́ràn bó ṣe mú alẹ́rú ìjáre ká máa lo Nàìjíríà náà lọ báyẹn. No. And God says, many will be called, few will be chosen. It doesn't take the whole Yoruba land to take back Yoruba back to where it was. It only takes the few that has the guts, that are chosen by God, i.e. Professor Banji Akintoye in his administrative position that God has put him to come and lead, i.e. Chief Dr. Sunday IGBOHO in his military administration that God has put him to be. And the truth and secret is that these people fear the day Yoruba will build its own army. They are afraid because the moment we start using our resources as God has provided it for us, we are the future of what is called technology. We are the future. Hence why we have everything that is needed, the resources wise, to build the next generation of army. The resources is on Yoruba land. So why would God put it there for us, if not for a purpose? So I'm calling on every Yoruba blood, true and true now, to wake up from your sleep. I want them to be governor, president, Olori Buruku ni gbogbo wọn. They have signed up with this empire against Yoruba people, ordinary people. They are called gatekeeper. Orúkọ tó ń pè wọ́n nìyẹn. Nigeria is a business, is a corporation name, and you, the people of Nigeria, are traded as stock from international banks. So you are all just like bread and ewa. They don't care if you die. Now, in Koto Shele, lowo sing, as my own understanding, in Luton Israel, pushing power Palestinian to Lewansi is exactly same game that they are about to play with Yoruba. Now, if you don't know Mr. Koiki, you can Google once you're sitting there what is called Balfour Declaration. The United Kingdom independently just tell a group of Zionists that, okay, I declare that you can take a portion of Palestinian land and call it your own country. That is what gave birth to the people who migrated from Europe to where it is currently called Israel now. They went there, pillage, kill, and take land. Now, the same empire now are now giving Fulani 100% backing to take Nigeria as their own. So Fulani do we know Fulani to have any land? Every country that Fulani have been, they've caused war to try and create a nation for themselves, to steal land to make their own, because they left. So we are watching that Balfour Declaration of 1917 trying to play again against us, because we are now standing up to say we want our land and resources control back. And I want people you want to feel it.
Okay.
So gbogbo àwọn tó ní ká lo diplomacy ká sọ̀rọ̀ ká ṣe gbélé eré ọwọ́ lẹ́yìn ṣe. Ṣé ráwọn pípé tó bá lo Fúlàní tán tágbára Fúlàní ò bá ká. In my own knowledge ẹ̀rí wọn wá wọlé fún ara wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa sọ pé báwọn fẹ́ wá làjà yín lọ́ máa fi wọlé. So, kí á tètè mọ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ń sìn. And we have to, ẹ̀yin bẹ́ẹ̀ mo gbọ́ program lánàá ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn wo ni interim government, àwọn wo la máa lò as interim government. There is nothing interim government. To lie to ourselves that we are going to continue as democracy, we are just fooling ourselves. As Omo Yoruba, I will tell everybody else now, we have to go back to kingship, the true kingship rule. Ifade lumamu enitoma joba. That is God's way. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. So say we are going to continue with democracy, because all they will do is they will find one person that will represent all of you. I might invite them, but I see Europe on me by. Or they might sign contract. Then anybody on the must.
Okay.
So go back to the kingship rule. You said it perfectly just now that Charles has to give order to Parliament. Why is that? If it is true democracy, they are practicing kingship rule, calling it democracy. They sell false democracy to other nations, and you want big again, but democracy. Then the MRC democracy. Allah in America, no see one. Continue to feel there. See democracy go agree because feel it. So feel it because the empire controls every Commonwealth nations. So get it to your head. So if you are thinking you're in a democracy, empire forced indoctrination. Now, they make even UK that you're living in, Mr. Koiki, if you don't know, UK is a corporation just like Nigeria is. Westminster that you see there operates on a different law to the rest of the United Kingdom. So, i.e., àwọn tó ń lọ parliament kankan yẹn, èmi làwọn Boris Johnson, àwọn tó ń fún lóyè kankan yẹn, MB honorary, they don't practice the same law as you because they are recognized by the king. So, ẹ̀yin tó kù ẹrú ni gbogbo yín. You can Google it, UK PLC. You've had it on the news before as well. So, this is what they did after they were forced to give up slavery. Okay, most nations are not happy about it anymore. They now turn what is called Admiralty law. Admiralty law is law of the sea. They turn it to constitutional law that they call that statutory law today. So that statutory law stands for the Admiralty law that was used in slavery times. So our shift there, see, or the statutory here. So instead of kama muileru, kama padlock and kama poinsori farm, our change, industrialization, they created a new set of industrial era. Okay, each and every one of you, tax. So through taxation system, they made entire nations become slaves again. Who are you paying tax for? Do you have a say on how much you pay for your council tax? They just tell you how much you have to pay and you pay it. That is theft. So, I don't think you understand the depth of what we are discussing. God just give you that what is called a wake-up call for you to use the media outlets that you know how to do to start speaking. And for people like Emil, let's start enlightening ourselves. Because like you always say, we all have a role to play. See the military you are posting on YouTube just now. Why did they summon your military over to UK? They control every military of Commonwealth, if you don't understand that. They dictate to them. So the military are used against to suppress the people. That is what the military are there for. Your police, the military, they are there to suppress you. Because whenever you rise up to want to fight for your rights, they are going to use them to suppress you and keep you short. And that is why they summon the head to UK. Because they know the people are asking for their rights, and they can't let that secret be out because you are still slaves. so kí ni ká ti gbọ́ kí gbogbo àgbáyé wa mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń practice rè lẹ́yìn tó sọ pé fún wa ní freedom that they sign tí everybody jubilate pé a ti di republic so we are still practicing indirect slavery ó ní iye tí Nàìjíríà ń san fún crown from every citizen tó bá tax gbogbo intan àti companies wọ́n wá kó portion tí wọ́n wá síbi ìtókù lẹ́yìn àwọn senator house of rep wọ́n máa jà sí. So ibi tá a bá dé tá a bá gba freedom wa tán my brother láṣẹ Ọlọ́run we are not going back to any democracy there's no such thing as democracy. We are going back to our kingship rule.
Thank you so much.
Ifá ló máa mú leader. Tí Ifá bá dẹ̀ mú leader, Ọlọ́run ló mú leader yẹn. Thank you. God bless you, brother.
That was our first caller, a regular, giving us some kind of background, to the conversation. Who decide pé ìlú kan láti wà, ìlú kan ò ní wà? Ta ló make a decision here? We've seen Wales, even though one on history, one on history, but ta ló make a final decision? Let's go straight to the next caller. And we only have just an hour left, so let's manage it properly among ourselves. When it's just about 1 a.m., we will end the program. So we're just about 1 hour, so we'll just be 3 hours. Go ahead, caller.
Location 0 láti pé. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Ọlọ́run máa fún yín ṣe.
Àmín.
Ọjọ́ ní tí àní ṣàṣetì. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀yin gbogbo tẹ́ ń ṣe àwàlẹ̀ ṣe fún ẹni tí ò bá yé ni ò yé àwa tá a wà lé lẹ́yìn jàjà yìí fún. Ọlọ́run kó wọlá ọjọ́ òní kó wọlá àsìkò yìí. Torí tí mo ṣe sùn mo gbọ́ fọ́gámù yìí látàárọ̀. Mi kì í pẹ́ pẹ́ gbogbo gbà. Tí mo pẹ́ pẹ̀lú ogun lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọjọ́ òní tiwa. Àmàdélé ìlérí lágbára Ọlọ́run á fún yín ṣe. Gbogbo tó jẹ́ ogun ọ̀tá lórí yín pátápátá Ọlọ́run á ṣẹ́gun. Wọ́n ti lágbára lórí yín àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lójú méjèèjì. Ọlọ́run á ṣẹ́gun fún wa. Ọ̀tá ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ wa lórí. Gbogbo rògbòdìyàn lọ́sí tó wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ náà gbogbo bíkíbi tó bá wù wá Ọlọ́run á bá panẹ́. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní ìrìn àjò yìí ò ní yọrí sí dáadáa fún ọmọ Yorùbá. Ọlọ́run kó bá kó wọ lásìkò ìkó tó bá ṣe ń sùn lónìí kan má jí mọ́ kọ́ má pẹ̀lú ẹni tí ó jí lọ́la mọ́ òpẹ́ tó bá ní kí ní òní ṣeṣe torí pé àwa Yorùbá táwa ń lé nǹkan ń ṣe wá púpọ̀ púpọ̀ jù tí ó sì máa fẹnu sọ tó pé tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ká máa sọ gan a máa já sẹ́kún àfi kọ́lọ́n kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kó jẹ́ kó yọrí sí ara bá ti ń fẹ́. Ṣọ́ṣe ń gbọ́ kéèyàn nílé iṣẹ́ tó nílé tó jọ̀gá iléeṣẹ́ kó lè bàjẹ́ tó ń jẹun fúnra ìṣòro ni àti kó lè san wàhálà àti ráwọn ọmọ gan fún ìjọgbọ́n àdìlà wà nínú ìlú kí là ń wà nínú ayé fún gan kéèyàn kú ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ́tà kéèyàn wà láyé kó má ní kankan nínú ayé láti ṣe. Ẹjọ́ dúró lọ́hùn gbogbo ẹ bá mọ̀ pé ẹ lè ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ ẹ ṣe ń ṣe ẹ kọ́ntínú ẹ̀yin tó bá mọ̀ pé ẹ lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbọ́ra wọn yé tí wọ́n bá láà yóò ṣe ní para ajá sásán ẹ bá wa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Kọ̀jákọ́lá nídìí báyò ẹni gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń gbé ètò yìí dání o káwọ́ bá lè bí wọn kí wọ́n ti pọ́ lọ́wọ́ padà béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wọn o kàn jẹ́ ká ṣe kàn ṣe bó ṣe tó àti bó ṣe yẹ pẹ́sọ̀ tẹ béèrè pé talẹ́ tó gbá wa mú ẹnìkan kò gbá wa mú àwa lágbára wa mú àwa Yorùbá ara wa náà lágbára wa mú lónìí torí pé tí gbogbo Yorùbá abánu pọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣoṣo lọ́rọ̀ pé a ti ṣe tán tà lọ kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá wa dúró. Àmọ́ ọ̀tọ̀ ibi táwa ń kọrí sí ibi táwa ń lọ ọ̀tọ̀ ìbomi làwọn kan yíyà sí. Ẹ̀rọ àwọn tẹ́ ń rí ìrò ẹgbẹ́ lẹ́yìn wọn yẹn àwọn tẹ́ ń rí yẹn wọn ní choice ni o torí pé wọn ní ẹ̀mí wọn ò tí ì lè sọ pé lóòótọ́ ni táwọn ìpè ń béèrè fún yóò lè ṣe é ṣe kó máa kíyà máa di ọ̀nà méjì gbogbo èèyàn kan tẹ̀ ló lé ní ẹ̀mí ọkàn pé kiri ni mo fẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kọ́ lọ́run ṣe mo dẹ̀ bọ́ lọ́run máa ṣe. Àwọn míì ti pa wọ́n fi pa mú wọn ní látara bíi ká ní ọjà kíyà ọjà ní túláàsì ẹgbọ̀rọ̀ wá bàbá ọjà ní túláàsì ẹgbọ̀rọ̀ wá ìlẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èrò tẹ́rìn lẹ́yìn wọn kò sí pé náà wọn náà dùn sí nǹkan tán tẹ́rìn yẹn àmọ́ Ọlọ́run gbà fún wa yóò dẹ̀ ẹ bá kí bàbá olóyè gbogbo àsìkò tán bá ti ṣe tán Ọlọ́run tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn àtẹ̀lé wọn wájú àtẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn kankan burúkú kò ní ṣe wọn pẹ̀lú ògbọ́dọ̀ orúkọ wọn ò dé ní parẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àtẹ̀yìn náà pẹ̀lú gbogbo tẹ̀ ṣe àwa ń wò ó ti yé bàjẹ́ lè sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ọ̀tì àtẹ̀lé yín àtẹ̀fẹ́ mi lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run àjẹkádélé lè rí láyàtọ̀ láfíà ẹjọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kíkí ní ìlọ́dún yìí lọ gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ wò dá kó dá torí àwa Yorùbá náà la máa ń wòye pé mi ò lè kú kò lè jó ilé bàbá ẹ̀ ẹni tí o bá fẹ́ kú kò ní ró lè yé bàbá ẹ̀ jẹ́ o ìkankan náà lè gbèsè àkéèyàn kó máa lọ káwọn tó ń bọ̀ bàbá yìí kan gbégbé ayé rọrùn dáńkó wà láyé kó máa jẹ ìyá káwọn ọmọ tó tún bí náà tó kọ́ntínú lórí ìyá náà ẹni ayé wa so ẹjọ́ ẹ bá ṣiṣẹ́ láti Ọlọ́run fún yín ṣe.
Inshallah. Eshegoni, thank you so much. I'm reading all the comments, but I won't comment on all this comment going on tonight. No, I don't even have the strength anyway, as you can see. But we just have to, because I promised that I was coming back tonight, so that we can just, because I wanted to close the broadcast properly with the picture and video evidence, which is what I've done tonight. I want to remind us, let's go straight, let's take this one from here. That's if it comes through. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Koiki Ekale, sir.
Ekale.
Mo fẹ́ contribute sí ètò náà ni o.
Ẹ ti wà lórí ẹ̀.
Then kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀, if I'm going out of the line, concussion me.
No, go ahead.
Then,
go ahead. Let's see what you want to say.
Ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn leaders wa. Mo fẹ́ sọ ní ṣókí.
Okay.
I understand better than every other person.
Okay.
Who are diplomatic, and which is good. Let me not use the language shape. The way forward, the one. And we fail to understand one thing.
Okay.
If the foundation is faulty, nǹkan tó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ nìyẹn.
Okay.
Yorùbá ló dẹ̀ ń pòwe pé tá a bá sọ fún òṣìkà ipe ìkà ni ẹ́, a máa sunkún wá ní gbogbo oore tí mo ń ṣe wọ́n máa ń pa mí fún oore mi mà ní. Torí pé kò sẹ́ni tó sọ fún pé ìkà ni ẹ́. Náà kí ni mo fẹ́ fàyọ? Mi ò fẹ́ pe orúkọ anybody tó mọ̀ mọ̀ pé o lè má láìkì ẹ̀. But you have access. My own opinion, Baba Titoye and Igboho should go ahead and be doing their own thing. Torí foundation tẹ́ ẹ lay down for now, tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ bá ẹni tó jẹ̀bi sọ̀rọ̀, torí pé ó ní fans kó má bàa bínú. Foundation yẹn ẹ ti gbàgbé pé ẹni tó bá ní ọmọ ogun alágbára ló lè pàṣẹ. Ṣé àwọn kan ti lè bad foundation ní sí from nowhere? Wọ́n kọ́ fẹ́ kí olóyè wá ṣe rally fáwọn káwọn bá lè declare. Wọ́n ó fẹ́ sọ wípé wọ́n mọ̀ pé olóyè's loyalty is to Baba Akíntóyè tó tó ń gbé papọ̀ ní Kotonu. Wọ́n mọ̀ wọ́n contest the water ni. Now kí ni implication? Tẹ́ bá sweep it under the carpet and let's go forward kálàáfíà bá lè wà. Tí everything bá wá ń dùn lọ́la, ṣé tí OPC bá wá dìde pé àwọn náà fẹ́ fọ́ọ̀mù gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ẹ máa nílò adé àbábẹ̀ sí para wa. If we don't call ourselves together, bí ò láwa o, ẹ̀yin leaders, ìwọ tó ní access sí leaders, and tó bá gbọ́ yín lálẹ́, tó bá gbọ́ òun lálẹ́ yìí, ó yẹ kó come out, call a spade so that ká má lay a bad example. How many associations ló ń jà fún Yorùbá nation? Global director wà ńbẹ̀, many ìlànà wà ńbẹ̀, many groups wà ńbẹ̀, ẹnìkan ṣoṣo ó dá cabinet kalẹ̀, ọbẹ̀ ò tí ì jiná ni. And ibi tó ti máa wá gbòòrò ni àwọn tó ní taproot, tó ní àwọn ọmọ ogun nílẹ̀ tó lè jà fún wọn. Táwọn náà bá dìde pé àwọn náà fẹ́ fọ́ọ̀mù kábínẹ̀tì, a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí para wálẹ̀ Yorùbá nìyẹn. Meanwhile, àwọn tí ò lọ́mọ ogun tí wọ́n ti ṣe sham declaration láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀, tí wọ́n ti ṣe kábínẹ̀tì tí wọ́n fi jẹ́ wẹ́ẹ́yẹ àwòdì tí ò lè gbẹ́dìyẹ, àwọn yẹn á rọra kó gbá wọlé, wọ́n wá fi àwọn tó lọ́mọ ogun lẹ̀ kọ́ máa para wọn lórí kíni ẹ̀kọ́ tá a lè ṣẹ́tù ní ìsìn. Kóìkì ìwọ náà mọ̀, bàbá Akíntóyè mọ̀, gbogbo Ìgbòho mọ̀, gbogbo ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá fẹ́ select anything, tó bá fẹ́ ṣe constitution, wọ́n máa agree papọ̀ ní, wọ́n máa delegate the power sáwọn ẹnìkan gbẹ̀ yẹn ṣe báyìí, ẹ mú report wá fún wa. At the end, àwọn bàbá wa take a final decision, but not that ó máa pàṣẹ. Èmi àti ìwọ mọ̀ pé bàbá Akíntóyè nìkan ò lè pàṣẹ lé gbogbo other groups lé lórí. Àmọ́ yẹn, no matter how powerful Mr. Igboho is, kò lè pàṣẹ lórí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Yorùbá nation fún gbogbo other groups. Yoruba One Voice wà bẹ́ẹ̀, different other groups wà bẹ́ẹ̀, tó yẹ ká come together nísìnyí and work together in unity. Ẹni tó bá jẹ́ ìkún caution ẹni náà straight away kí other people máa, but afẹ́ tí àlàáfíà wà. To round my story up, ẹ má jẹ́ kí anybody rush bàbá Ìgbòho. Èmi gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́sùn bàbá Ìgbòho yìí ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn, torí mo wà ní program woman kan tó máa ń gbé àwọn màmá wà always. Ẹja máa wò ó, tí wọn ò bá wá sí anything, ẹja delegate power fún wọn káwọn lọ ṣe rally ọ̀hún. Ẹni tó fẹ́ ṣe rally tó bá yìnbọn òun lára ẹ̀ máa bá ìbọn. Tọ́lọ̀ bá ní kó má wọlé kò ní wọlé. Tọ́lọ̀ bá dẹ̀ ní àsìkò ẹ̀ ti tó, ẹ ti kó plan yẹn, ẹ ti kó ṣe nígbà tó bá máa rọrùn fún un. Nobody should push anybody to go for any rally if it's not convenient. Àwọn tó ń shift bàbá tó ń shift the date of the rally, ó máa ní nǹkan táwọn náà wò, ó máa ní nǹkan táwọn náà calculate, ó máa ní many things táwọn try to put into consideration. God bless you, Mr. Koiki. That is my.
Thank you so much.
All I can.
Eshegoni, for that, mo kàn ka gbogbo comment mi o, and I'm just laughing inside myself. And it's been a long day as usual, but we're here doing what we love to do. Let's listen to this.
Which is also to do all the things that all human beings in government there's no question of anybody being truly a monster.
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers. That's big.
Yes. Okay, how would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2.
What's the phase 2?
The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities,
What's going to happen?
going from house to house, killing prominent people.
Okay.
I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Well, you heard him there. That is the late Dr. Malafia. We are now about 10 minutes past midnight. We are now 30th. Hello, caller.
Hello, bro.
Yeah, I'm going you.
God bless you, my brother.
You're welcome.
Sẹ́rí mi ò fẹ́ fi tara sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ ọjà rí. Mo kẹ̀tọ́ àfẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kankan tí mo ti yàn náà. Bá a sọ ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ẹni tí ò ní gbọ́ kò ní gbọ́. Ìlànà ọmọ òdua. Ìdíní kan, sáà mọ̀ pé àgbà Yorùbá máa bọ́. Tá a bá bọ́ àwọn àmọ́ kí ló kàn lábẹ́ sí gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ kànda no rice eléyìí because ẹlòmíì nígbà tó jẹ́ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé ikú ló tọ́ sí wọn a máa pa wọ́n dànù ní eléyìí tó bá rẹ́dí àti yíwà padà tó ṣe tán tó fẹ́ farabalẹ̀ pé kó ń wà pẹ̀lú Yorùbá eléyìí tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ bá àwọn Haúsá tó bá náwó Haúsá lòun wọ́n jẹ́ kó lọ bá àwọn Haúsá but ẹ sọ àwọn nǹkan tó wà tọ́kì lálẹ́ yìí which actually made me to started thinking back when I was in secondary school. Ẹ mọ̀ báwọn story orí olókùn tẹ sọ lálẹ́ yẹn. Hello bros kí o kí sẹ́ sí.
À ń gbọ́ yín live and direct.
Ẹ mọ̀ báwọn story yẹn I came across those stories when I was in secondary school. I'm talking about 83, 84, 85. I left secondary school in 1986. History was my best subject that time. Along the line, I came across some stories how British looted Benin Museum. Say,
I'm going loud and clear.
They looted Benin Museum. They captured away so many British artifacts. And the most precious ones was singled out to total depict how Yoruba Kingdom
good night.
was. Hello?
I'm going, go ahead.
Yeah, Tori Olokun yẹn ló tún depict how God actually blessed Yoruba Kingdom. Before technology, ó mì pé Ọlọ́run ti dá ìran Yorùbá ní ìran tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n mọ bí wọ́n ṣe lè ṣe statue orí ènìyàn tó jẹ́ life size. Lẹ́ẹ̀tì ibi tẹ́tí wà sí mú, lẹ́ẹ̀tì ibi tójú wà sí mú, lẹ́ẹ̀tì ibi tí àgbọ̀n wà sí ẹnu. As far back as Ọ̀rọ̀dá sọ yìí more than 200 years ago.
700 years. They are dated back to 700 years. Àwọn kìíní dáhùn wò ní ẹ̀yìn mi.
I'm telling you, mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ìròyìn pé sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ táwọn British gan ni wọ́n tún kó sáwọn àwọn Fúlàní nínú ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n yọ history kúrò nínú subject tí wọ́n ń ṣe ní Nigerian schools.
Wọ́n ṣẹ̀dá padà ní 2019.
Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dá padà kí ni reason tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ yọ history? Why? It was the same history nínú history tẹ̀mí tí mo ṣe nígbà tí mo wà ní school. Ni mo ti come across one of the major vital points which says the same ethnic group was separated and put under different colonial masters, which is Yoruba. We have Yoruba speaking people in Benin Republic.
mi sá.
I'm going loud and clear.
So kíní yìí àwọn British yìí they have done a lot of damages.
One manipulate one, and that's what they're still. That's what.
Long time.
And that's what they're still doing right now.
Yeah, Seri, according to story, Timuwapo, Seri Awolowo happened to be one of the wisest Nigerian all àwọn bàbá wa bí àsìkò èyí àtàwọn tàdá lọ Sokoto. Àwọn British yẹn wọ́n ní wọ́n discover pé orí Awólọ́wọ̀ ti pé jù. Ẹgbẹ́t.
Ó yé mi.
Àwọn ni wọ́n náà lọ kó sáwọn àwọn northerners ẹnu pé tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ káwọn pípò yìí lọ in 1 million years ẹ lè bá wọn. Kìsì nìyẹn wọ́n fi wá mẹ́sàn pé wọ́n máa jí gbogbo àpapọ̀. Anyway, this story everybody knows about it.
And that has actually slowed us down for a very long time.
Yeah, conclusion mi ni pé ẹ̀yin náà máa wòran bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ló gbé first television station wá Africa. Ẹ rí i pé Yorùbá Ọlọ́run dá Yorùbá yàtọ̀ èèyàn tí Ọlọ́run fi wá dá èèyàn tó rí ẹ pé èèyàn tó níyì èèyàn tó mọ tó tọ́ èèyàn tó mọ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn nǹkan kan tá a ti ní tọ́nà ti jíìkì wá pẹ̀lú wọ́n sì nǹkan tó tẹ́tọ́ lè fi máa compare àtàwọn other tribes ní nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn. So àwọn òyìnbó ti discover bí wọ́n ṣe gbọ́ gan wọ́n ní we had television before France. Ẹ tó gbọ́ yẹn rí sá. Before France. Developed country ní France o plus Koiki. Ẹ wá imagine pé ká ní bàbá yẹn bá ní opportunity láti continue láti máa ẹ jẹ́ máa gbogbo pa àwọn achievement tí bàbá yẹn ṣe. Ẹ rí pé bàbá ńlá outstanding ni OAU lèmi ti jáde. Tẹ́ ẹ rá àwọn building mi ò mọ̀ bóyá ẹ ti dẹ́fẹ̀ rí ẹ bá dẹ́fẹ̀ rí ẹ gọ́gù yunifásitì Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ yunifásitì library ẹ wo building yẹn bó ṣe rí ẹ wo lot of years tí wọ́n ti kọ́ building yẹn solid concrete with outstanding world design just a match up pẹ̀lú àwọn world design lẹ́yìn ní 2022. She was built as far back as 1960. Ẹ wo Liberty Stadium nìbàdàn. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Liberty Stadium yẹn Liberty National Stadium no I'm not talking about Adabasigba. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Adabasigba yàtọ̀ sí National Liberty Stadium. Ọjọ́ tí mo wọ main bowl ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gbá international football pitch tí wọ́n ti ń gbá international football. Mo ronú báyìí mo ní bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ yìí. Ibo bàbá ẹ̀ ti ráwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣe iná. Nígbà tí mo wà nífẹ̀ẹ́ tí mo wà I graduated from OAU Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ University mo sọ yìí. Mo lọ sí quarters nínú Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ University. Ṣé ẹ rí bí wọ́n ṣe quarters yẹn? Àwọn Babangida lórí burúkú yẹn. There was a time èmi ò tí wọ school gbà yẹn àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó wà school ni wọ́n sọ story yẹn fún mi. That was 1985. Wọ́n lọ visit Ifẹ̀ nígbà tó di coup ẹ mọ̀ pé he came in through the coup d'etat. Wọ́n lọ wá sífẹ̀ on official visit. Then the man was taken to senior staff quarters. When this stupid useless northern president tó àwọn olórí burúkú tó ti báyé wa jẹ́ nígbà tó rí third road Koiki he confess but they've wasted a lot of Nigerian money in this school. Can you imagine? Wọ́n ní tó sọ jáde lẹ́nu nìyẹn. Àti títí àárọ̀ yìí tẹ́ bá sì dé àwọn ọ̀nà yẹn third road yẹn ẹ lè rí single pothole.
Mo rí similar thing nígbà tí mo lọ sí ibo ni mo lọ ní ìlú kan ní màrántí tí mo fi lọ lórí omi màrántí ìlú yẹn North Ibogun beside the Ogun State. It's a deliberate act that our politicians that should have given the backing to the movement are not ready to do so.
You are a presenter. Àwọn tá a jẹ́ kọ́là wa máa sọ. Ṣé ní ìjà yẹn ẹ gbàgbé ẹ̀?
a máa pa Yorùbá àwọn Yorùbá kan wà tó jẹ́ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ pa wọ́n ká tó lè rọ́nà lọ. Ẹgbàá mo ṣe sọ fún yín. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé we have to kill them if you don't kill them. Láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀yà tó náà tẹ̀ tó wá fi àwa Yorùbá ẹ̀dá ẹ̀yà tó tún burú ni. Story tẹ̀mí kà ẹ̀ tó give judgement bí wọ́n ṣe sọ bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ sẹ́wọ̀n. Justice Fọláyẹmí mọ́ iṣẹ́ Yorùbá mà. Iṣẹ́ Yorùbá mà sọ yìí Yorùbá ọ̀sẹ̀sẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ti ṣe tán báyìí nísìn tó fẹ́ tu Yorùbá lẹ̀ Yorùbá máa lọ wọ́n ti mọ. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé Ọlọ́run ló gbé bàbá Ìgbòho yẹn Ọlọ́run ló gbé dìde. Ẹ wá ìmájì kí bàbá wa Sunday Igboho kó má tẹ̀ wá sọ anything. Everybody dákẹ́ bá a ṣe dákẹ́ tí a mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti pa nonsense ambassador sí everybody.
Wọ́n ti lé gbogbo wọlé.
Wọ́n ti ẹ̀ ti pa nínú nǹkan tó ń ìgbẹ́ bóyá wọ́n ti má tẹ̀ ní tí kò pa Yorùbá land. Ẹ mọ̀ pé báyẹn lọ́kàn sọjí tó gbéra tó ní kí ló ń tẹ̀lé gan-an. Because mo kàn tí tó lọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo rọ̀ yẹn pé tó tí máa Ìgbòho tí ò bá dédé dìde tí ìsìnkú náà kàn dìde tájí tó kàn dìde. So àwọn Gani Adams náà gbéra wọn ní ipa Gani Adams àtàwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re àwọn bàbá yẹ̀yẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé ojú wọn ó lajú wọn lẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń báyé ẹja wọn wọ́n báyé ẹ̀yà wọn jẹ́. Bá a ṣe máa ń kọ̀tà máa wò Lagos Ìbàdàn expressway ti yìí ẹ tó bá ní high blood pressure kò lè travel lọ́nà yẹn. I'm talking about recent happening.
Mama, it's a crime scene at the moment.
Very recent.
Yeah. Wrap up. Yeah. I can imagine. Mo ti rántí tí mo sọ yẹn, ìwọ̀pin ni mo sọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ jọ wo fídíò yẹn. This was 20 km travel or sí ìwọ̀pin 4 years ago. Let's watch this together. Ìwọ̀pin.
This is a very beautiful scene moving around
4 years ago.
There is quite a lot of opportunity for the most
people say to me, come back home, you're stupid, because when I was traveling all this journey, this was 4 years ago, my journey to Iwokun.
Those opportunities, rather than sitting down and waiting for it to come close to you. This is a nice trip that we are making. Again,
Ibiti paper mill, Iwokun paper mill. Thank you so much, Bright Alabi. 4 years ago was this journey. So tó bá ń rò pé wọ́n nìkan ni tàbá sọ pé we will try our best, not knowing what we know now. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ń wò yìí, gbogbo wọn ní sàwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n tẹ́ ń wò yìí, you know. Everybody trying to make something out of nothing. Iwokun paper mill. This was my journey 4 years ago.
Lagos. Thank you very much.
Gbogbo bí tẹ́ ń wò yẹn ní ipa rẹ̀ wọ́n ní tílẹ̀ bá ṣú Dangote gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ máa tanná rẹpẹtẹ. So I just thought I should, you know, títì tí ó gbé wa dé Ìwòpin yẹn, even though kò ti jẹ ní gbogbo ẹ̀gbẹ̀gbẹ̀, but you can still see the what's it called, you know, it just bẹ́gbọ́n yẹn ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ǹkan pé, you know, ó yẹ yù nǹkan kan ẹ rí pé títì yẹn ó dúró tán pámpám. mo ń try láti wo bí mo rí image kankan tó jáde lára ẹ̀. How many people remember this my video? Say we are all crazy people. How many people remember? How many people remember this video? This was 2022 2 years ago.
Every one of us. This is a school, right? It's like this association of this school now, right, is now saying, oh, all this association that left this school, please donate back to the school because the school does not have school bus. We are mad. Every one of us, Nigeria, everybody is a scammer. We are all mad. That is why we must break it. Whether they like it or not, we will break that country up. I can assure you that everybody that says Nigeria is not going to break before 2023, leave that to one side. We will create the problem. Bad people all over the place. Pray. The worst country all over the world. Look at it. This is a school, right? Look at the environment, right? Can you see? Right? This is what we are saying to you. 2, 3, and 4 years old. Are you accessing your child funding entitlement? Let me move back and show you, right? Are we not mad? How many of you in Nigeria today can have access to what I'm talking about? If not, you are crazy. How many of you, can you see, right? Education is what I'm discussing this morning. How many people in Nigeria can tell me this morning that you have access to, they are asking a parent. This is what they're asking a parent. They are asking me, I don't need to go to church. I don't need to pray. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha. Go to Saudi Arabia, they have good schools. Go to Jerusalem, Jesus. I want to go to good school. I want to go to London. I want to go to America. Please, Jesus. No, it's all 419. It's all 419. It's all 419. But what they don't do is they don't tell you to have access to good education. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Saudi Arabia, they don't shout like you are shouting. In Saudi Arabia, they don't shout to ask for God. God, the God that you are calling from the top of this heaven. That is the heaven, Abi. So now they want you to go to heaven before you have access to education. Are we all not mad people? Are we not all crazy? Allah Akbar, 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 Allah Akbar. It's a 419. You don't have good education. You don't have, yes, it is in you're right. The contraction is a scam. Nigeria has been in war. So when people say somebody like me is creating war, you are stupid. You are stupid for using that language to say I am the one creating a war. We have been in war ever since the British came and destabilized the system that we set up before. It was the British government, that system here, that decided to come. We were living, look, even if we were living as a monkey, we were happy. But they came and they now merge us with the Fulani, the nasty one. And that is why everybody's suffering now, right? That's why we're suffering. It's like telling my sister that is going, she's a Muslim. It's like now saying, Allah Akbar, before we go to school. You are mad. You don't need to pray before you go to school. Nigeria is a shit fucking hole. Shit hole. Pray. Go to Saudi Arabia. They don't need to pray before they send their children to school. They don't need to go to Jerusalem. Every child in Jerusalem must make sure that they go to school. Israel has the finest technology you can think of. The finest technology you can think of. But what they've done in Nigeria is they've allowed you, go to Facebook now. Everywhere na prayer. As he says something, they run after us. As he said, now we the only one we God offend for this world. Everywhere na prayer. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. And sometimes you see them, you'll be asking, it does not give you, even in Dubai, you can hear that. Even in Dubai, they don't need to pray before they send their children to school. It is only in that 419 country. They know what they're doing. It's all 419. Yes, their brain is being cooked for long. Look, they have roasted your brain, they've fried it, but yet you don't have access to education. Let's turn this around again. Can you see? All you need to do is, if you have a child that is 2, 3, or 4 years old, they are now asking you, are you Olayomi Koiki, let me see, Citizen AY, Anthony, Biafra, Yoruba people, are you accessing your child funding entitlement in location now? You see, they put question mark there. They put a question mark there. Shit all country. They will tell you to go and pray. You go to church, but yet you don't have good access to education. Can you see that? Can you see it? Shit all country. 419. The 419 country. 419. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
This was 2020. And Adequately, we are still standing, saying the same thing without mixing my words. You don't have to agree with me, with my views, and how I think we will break the shit-hole country. If you say it's diplomatic, continue to be diplomatic. Ibelema watiti forever. Because freedom and shanty wa mamu fun. I got one more video to play, just a reminder. We had to just to, I only have just about 20 minutes or so. This is Chief Tola Adeni. Let's enjoy this.
They drink, they fornicate, they do all the things that all human beings do. So it's not a question of religion. There's no question of anybody being truly a Muslim there. I mean, I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who anytime they came to me in my prayer residence, would put brandy or whiskey in a mug and be drinking, and we would smoke and all that. So I don't think it's religion. When they started this Sharia, how many of them are obeying the Sharia? How many of them? No, not none of them. Yes. So it's not religion per se, but they use religion to deceive people and say, Hausas were not Muslims at all. So they say, well, let's give you a superior religion, we'll give you Islam. But that didn't apply to the South, because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So truly what we are fighting against, or what is going on, is clash of culture
and civilizations.
That's right. Not really the Fulani versus the Igbo or the Fulani versus the Yoruba.
No.
It's clash of civilizations.
Yes, clash of civilizations and clash of cultures. Yes, you're right.
That means we have not really integrated as a people.
Never. We have never been.
So the word in Nigerian people is a fallacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because, again, in those days, you would say there have always been Igbo markets, there are also markets in Enugu, there have always been Sabos in Shagamu. But those Sabos were occupied by Hausas. Hausas are peaceful people. We traded in Kolanot, we did even the few Fulanis that came with them at that time, when you had a Sabo in Shagamu or in Ibadan here, they would still look at one Fulani man and make him their Seriki.
How did the Hausa accept?
They were subdued.
Despite their large numbers.
Yes, they were subdued. Of course, they killed, they extirpated their 7 kingdoms. They killed their 7 rulers and took over under the guise of religion. Another thing they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are safe. Your people are corrupt. You've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
But the jihad is over. How come the Hausa man is yet to claim that Hausa is again?
It's just now that the efforts we are making in the South have begun to yield fruits. You will be surprised to hear that now in Hausa land, we now have Hausa Christians. Never had that before. Never. You now have Middle Belt folk that are saying we are not Northerners, we are Middle Belters. We are not Northerners. Don't call us Northerners. Now, when you see a Jukun man or you see a Lantan man and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even draw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry. He will say, Banzai. Because he knows that I'm superior to Hausa, can you say I'm Hausa? But before Buhari came to establish his reign to Nigeria, we lumped all of them together. We're Northerners. And like I wrote some 4 years ago, there's no North. There's no North that we used to know. The North is dead. There's nothing called North anymore.
So there's a Fulani now standing on his own.
It's standing on its own. There's no more North. If they try any war today, oh God of mercy. The kind of cohesion you had in the army, the military in 1966 will never happen again in this country, if there is a country at all. You will not find a Hausa soldier now, an Igbo soldier going to Enugu to kill a fellow. You will not even find an Igbo soldier coming to Ibadan to kill a Yoruba man. or a Yoruba soldier going to Enugu to kill an Igbo man. It will not happen again. So the Lantan people, the Bele people will never ever allow themselves to be used by any Fulani mischief maker.
So if I'm getting you right, your argument is that the Fulani hegemony has been broken.
Dead.
If the Fulani hegemony has been broken,
yes,
does it mean that the social structure of Nigeria is about to witness a very hard beat that will lead to a new Nigeria?
Yes, for those who agree with to the extent of the fact that there are still some people who want a Nigeria, a group that I don't belong to. But for such people, yes, with the weakening of Fulani hegemony, there could be a Nigeria that will integrate the sober Fulanis, the town Fulanis, and still reconstruct, rebuild, and then have a Nigeria that should be. But I, as a person, as a scholar, really believe that it will take probably 1,000 years to change the mindset of a Fulani person, whose philosophy is kill, maim, rape, send away people from their land and let them occupy it.
That is the bush Fulani.
This is bush Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
And the town Fulani is more in number.
No! The town Fulani is less than 1%.
How did you get that figure?
Oh, go and find out. Let them allow it. Says, well, the town Fulani, they're very few, the ones who have in Abuja. Or the few that dot spaces in Sokoto. I'm sure that that Sokoto, as we speak, is not a Fulani town.
Is it not?
No, that's the mistake we make. Zamfara is not a Fulani town. There are more houses in Zamfara than Fulani. There are more houses in Kano than Fulani.
But the Fulani government.
They are in town. They are in charge.
Yes, so it's their town.
Yes. By subterfuge, by cunning, by crookedness, by all sorts of gimmick.
Or by integration.
Not integration, by intimidation. And I said they are politically savvy. What they did to the rest of Nigeria, when they realized that the Fulani in the military, they could no longer use the military to retain power indefinitely. Since they had power, they had access to the treasury, they said, oh yes, Edmund is from the east, or wherever, brilliant man, he may likely oppose us and contest with us and rival us. Let's make him an ambassador. Let's give him oil block. Let's make him a billionaire. We padlock his mouth. Let's get an umbrella. Make it a billionaire. Let's get this. Let's get that. And make them big. They will not be able to look us in the face. Then we can continue. Looting the treasury. We can continue. And once we are in control of the treasury, we are controlling everywhere. So we can hire thugs. We can do whatever we like. And that is why they introduced what I call plutocracy into Nigerian political etymology. Plutocracy.
Meaning?
Plutocracy is the government of the rich.
Yeah.
Oligarchy is the government of the muscle men.
The driver felt the wagon's tires ruptured and decided to park the car with the hope of changing the tires. It was like a film. In a jiffy, motley crowd of armed men in military uniform came out of the bush. They fired at the boot of the car. Ahead of us, 5 of them came out of the bush. Another 2 came from the rear. My daughter screamed, "Mommy, Daddy, what's going on?" There was no time to say a word. They marched us through into the bush, firing into the sky. They hit me on my chest, hit my daughter on her head. Blood oozed. At this time, it was better to kill me. I shouted at one of the armed men. His response was hell. He went straight for my private parts, tore my dress with his gun, The others ripped my dresses. I was left with my undies. My husband and my daughter started crying. Two of them dug their teeth into my breast. While attending the secondary school in Adamawa, I had lived with some Fulani, so I understood a few Fulani words. I started bleeding, at least for my daughter. To my shock, at gunpoint, they removed the dress of my little girl. One of them carried her on his head as a baby, on his head as my baby struggled, shouting, "Daddy, Mommy, what's going on? Help me!" I could not help myself. We marched for 9 hours. I was half naked. My daughter was totally naked. Her tears was like a stream of blood on her cheeks. Our phones had been seized. We ended up in an ungoverned region in the thick of the forest. We met a well-organized group. There were some kidnapped victims. I saw 2 women, 2 ladies and 3 men. There were some people with their legs chained to trees. They were as if half dead. We were separated. I was separated from my husband. My daughter was taken away. I only heard her screaming intermittently. I did not know what they were doing to her. These men, now about 2 dozen, had a full kitchen. They had a huge camp. And the traditional medical team, how can they say they don't know where these people are? How can they say that? But the camps appeared isolated from each other. We had noises afar, indicating it might be nuclear settlements of camps. Right in my presence, I saw them pack the remains of a woman. They took her and buried her a few meters away from us. She had tribal marks. I cannot describe the agony of 6 days in captivity in this little piece. I cannot talk about how they asked my husband to choose between myself being raped or his daughter being raped. My husband broke down in uncontrollable tears. One of them hit him saying, "Yoruba bastard, you dey cry, idiot." They now gave him an option that he should be raped by one homosexual among them. My husband is a devout Muslim. My husband is a devout Muslim. He told them that homosexual and rape of any kind was against Islam. They hit him with the bottom. AK-47. What do you know about Islam? You can imagine, you are being asked to choose between being raped by a homosexual, your daughter just 9 years old, or your wife being raped. They gave the 4th option. If you fail to choose one, we will rape your daughter, rape you, the man, and rape me, the wife. I made myself the sacrificial lamb. My husband begged, saying they should name any price. One of them asked him to bend down. 3 beastly criminals sat on his back, jumping until he was too weak to stand. I was not allowed to put on any additional clothes. Imagine they raped me all night and they stopped me from putting on any clothes for 24 hours. The rain fell once. I became a relic at a sexual museum for the armed men who in turn addressed me and asked questions about my financial standing. New Fulani men joined the camp. They organized military training for the new Fulani men that came, teaching them how to shoot and walk through circles of glowing fire. They were not released until after 6 days. We were not released until after 6 days. We had to walk the same zigzag journey back to the main road, our eyes blindfolded. During the negotiation to pay, They said the money was not for them alone, that they had to settle those who sent them. For me, I see a thriving organized crime supported by powerful political interests. Now, I do not think we were released to freedom after paying a whopping 8 million naira. I do not think we can never be free. We can never be free from the anguish, the psychological trauma, the nightmares we suffered, the occasional fits of my daughter, her waking up at night behaving strangely, her asking the same question over and over, Mommy, why? And I do not have an answer. In my life, I have never passed through a torture chamber like this. I do not think any society should let this happen. I do not know the fate of those we met, and about 7 other people brought during the 6 days we were in captivity. What I saw was a nation that has collapsed, but pretends she lives. A people on life support. Crime is not restricted to Fulani people alone. We have Yoruba criminals, but I don't think Yoruba criminals are this beastly. These elements are savages. I can't imagine Yoruba kids going to Sokoto or Maiduguri to kidnap Fulani people and keep them in their own bushes. It gives me mental torture that this is happening, and some people are even trying to justify or look for excuses. Well, as a devout Muslim, myself and my family have taken solace in Allah. Not the Nigerian police, not the army, not the government. We have taken our faith the way it came, this is supposed to be faith. I thank God that we successfully returned to where we live thousands of miles from Nigeria. We thank God that we have made a vow. Never shall me, any of my children, or husband in our lifetime visit Nigeria again. Our remains, anytime we die, will also not be buried in Nigeria. It was a suggestion my daughter made, which we all adopted. I pity the country. I pity her people who continuously work like the living dead. I pity those who parade themselves as leaders because they know nothing about what is going on and the abyss the country is sunk already. I pity Yoruba people. Oh, I pity you. I pity my people. For me, the issue is not about President Buhari. Democracy can produce anything, even the worst in the society. What I worry about is the conspiracy of silence by the people themselves, the ignorance, the treachery, and the illusion that one day things will get better through another election. Since I was born in Nigeria, each year had led from bad to worse and on and on. I do not have a solution to what is going on, but I think very soon hell will let loose upon the earth as long as there is no law and order, and anarchy, and the rule of groups in the order of the day. Once again, there can never be anything more comforting than my husband, who saw what I went through, but was able to encourage me, and even encourage me to write this little piece after months of agony and psychological imbalance. Good night, Nigerians.
ẹ ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Kúnlé Babs lógo tó máa fi ń wọlé ní tó bá ti fi owó sí ní super chat mo mọ̀ pé ó ti wà lórí timeline yẹn mo kíyà tó bí mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Dr. Benjamin, thank you so much Yawa Grace Senior. This is wickedness of the highest order. It's just a reminder, especially fáwọn blogger tó máa ń sọ pé we have Yoruba criminals, let's get our country, we will deal with ourselves. We will lock a lot of them up according to the constitution. Thank you so much Muniru Azan, Francis Igban, and the rest of those of us on the Instagram. I'm not going to take any more calls. I'm actually getting tired and we only just have about 10 minutes before I end the program. Goodbye and good night, Nigeria. Yes, you're right, Mr. Kola Fakumuju. Ability, believe, really one. mo kí Tóyìn dada ìyá wa Àjàyí tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ yín, mo kí ìyá wa Fèyísáyọ̀, mo kí àfà, mo kí ọmọlé kéwú, mo kí wòlíì, mo kí pásítọ̀, mo kí reverend, mo kí bishop. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí ó kan èmi, ó kan ìwọ. Fídíò tá a wò tán yẹn was 2018 kátẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation rárá. Yes, you're right, Olúwaṣẹ́gun Adébáyọ̀ RIP. Let's hear what our professor, the Nobel laureate, have to say here.
So what do they expect of us now that this war is on our doorstep? Of course, there has got to be civil mobilization. And if we keep waiting for this to be centrally handled, I mean, we're all going to become, if we're not already slaves in our own land. That for me is personally intolerable. It's not an acceptable condition. And whatever it takes, I stand ready to contribute in any way.
They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't relate. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time. Smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries. Right. And then said, now y'all get along and do a country for us and be a union for us. And then go through, contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a commonwealth afterwards. And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources and the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are tactics and strategies of dominance. Right. We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. And the British were not going to let go of that. Wow. And the people that they had put in power, their puppet Nigerian governments, weren't going to do that either because they needed it for the Nigerian project. Right. And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence and decided that they would do everything to make sure that Biafra did not go. Wow. And this everything meant directly funding genocide of the people of Biafra.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this would help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation. and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This has created Sir Amado Bello, former premier of Northern region. They thought, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only the British intention for the country. This is thinking about.
But our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors. And people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral of Viscount Montgomery's aide to camp in World War II, said, you know, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. For the same reason we had to leave Nigeria. We left Nigeria. It was a horrible war. 3 million people died. But we had to go, and you're going to have to go. And I said, why? He said, because they don't want you. You know, people want to chart their own course. They have to feel secure in their own identity.
And that is Bill Clinton, the former U.S. president. On the 3rd of November, KOKORO, as we've seen there, will be having their rally. Omaluka and the rest of the team have put that together as we are waiting for the super rally announcement. This one will still be going ahead as planned as well. Also, the other one that I've got there is OWO. So 2 different rallies are going ahead on Saturday, the 3rd, and koikimedia will be live from the 2 venues, Lagbara Olong, Eledumare, and we are working with those that are putting that together. While we are waiting for the final super rally, once again, thank you so much to that super chat as well, and likewise our brother Kunle Baker's Pelu Yawati F1 super chat, we appreciate as well. So this one is coming up, Yoruba self-determination mega rally, put together General Trustino. No, this one is actually happening on the 2nd, not the 3rd, there might be no, on the 2nd of December 2022. Are we going to have a super rally before the end of the year? It is a definite yes. In the midst of everybody saying different things, the Yoruba self-determination movement is not dead. It's just that everybody wants to know the final dot, and that is not something that will be exposed at this particular time, because we're now at a very, very crucial point of the movement. Are we going to get some kind of what we're expecting this year? Definitely yes. I was even asked that question. I'm not going to say where. Somebody was saying, "Ṣé a lè confirm pé Yoruba nation máa bọ́ sí lọ́dún yìí?" And I was bold enough to say yes. There's going to be a lot of things that will be, later on declassified after the movement. But for now, let's continue, to play, to the gallery. Some say don't do so, but I have lived in the Western world for a very long time, and we are being diplomatic. But after the movement and what we are all clamoring for, then a lot of things I will declassify. But it's not the time for that now. Our focus now is we are going home. Nobody can stop this movement. Not even myself. Nobody can stop it. And on that note, I say freedom for the Biafra, freedom for the Arewa, the Middle Belt, freedom for the Yoruba people. and read by a lot. Yawa Lee Ajayi, thank you so much. And everybody, I might not come out in the morning, just maybe for the Star Radio so that I can have enough rest. My name is OLAMILEKAN. Cut and copy some of my videos and talk about it because they have nothing to offer. It is not me. It is built in already. I have the strength. I've run 3 programs already today. Yoruba Nation has come to stay. For those of us that are concerned with Chief and all that, Chief IGBOHO is fine. We are going to get our nation back from what damage the British government have done. Thank you so much, Yawa IGBOHO. And those of you saying I should go and watch Mayegun, why should I go and watch Mayegun? Whatever you have listened to Mayegun is on Mayegun. This is koikimedia. And I say it again, I am not Mayegun. We are 2 different people. Thank you so much for the super chat that is just coming through as well. So you come and watch Mayegun. I don't have to go and watch Mayegun. Whatever Mayegun is doing is on his own platform. This is koikimedia. Thank you so much. And on that note, thank you so much, African Confidential. This is koikimedia. I've listened, I've read all your comments, and I'm just laughing behind. But just for you to know that I've read those comments. Good night.
Navy blue check. That's evil. When that you are confused, the love is too much. 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 Let's go.
And tomorrow, the family of Vamishe will be remembering her as she died in February. koikimedia team will be on the ground for the post-mortem's birthday. She'll be buried very soon. They're working on that. She's not been buried since February. We continue to pray for the father and the mother, and also we pray for the soul of Oluwabamishe, Oluwatoyosi, Anyanwola. And I use this opportunity to say thank you so much to Araka Babawa that did a short. I'm just actually trying to get that out before I close the broadcast. Let's listen to this. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Good night.